Hello. Hello. Hi. Oh. I think you're muted.
Oh my god, I did. Professional.
No worries.
I was like, hello.
It's like, hello, hi. I was like,
Hi there.
hi. Hello. See, she was so excited so much that she couldn't bring the words to come out of her mouth of how excitement she was. So happy.
Yep. I was so parched with how excited I am.
So parched. Hello. It's great to see you. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. This is a fun little VTuber talk show I like to host each and every week where we introduce a new VTuber. Today, we have the hyper, the most loving of all the goblins out there. How about you introduce yourself to the very few people who might not know who you are?
Yeah, no, that's fine. Hi, I'm GOBBLYN. I'm a goblin VTuber, a high-energy goblin VTuber who likes to play video games, craft, do a bunch of stuff, and just basically bring a smile and the energy up when you're having a rough day. You know, that's where my little mall rats live. So yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I was wondering about that. You all mall rats? Like, what's with the mall situation?
Yeah, so basically I live in an abandoned mall that is trapped in the kind of 90s era, so that's why I have like arcades and things like that. So my vibe is like, oh cool, I still have the mall, I still have the Chuck E. Cheese in here, and then all the rats that scrounge around, we eat pizza, so my points are pizza, things like that. So yeah, I get a little mall ratting around.
Oh, I see the rats. Okay, I see all the stuff. Oh my god, there's so many of you guys. Oh, going crazy. I love that.
You mentioned the rats and they're going nuts.
Yeah, they're going rats for the nuts. They're going nuts for the rats. You know what? This reminds me of back in the arcades of my mall I used to grow up with. Because I'm also grew up in the 90s as well. So you know what? This looks familiar. I can totally see this. This is a totally legit thing. 100%. With the House of the Dead arcade cabinets, like you have to face off. Those had lines out the door. Like those things were so much fun.
Yes, the old arcade cabinets, and they're making a resurgence in certain old malls. You know how the malls aren't doing really well.
What?
I've been seeing like a lot of them like putting a bunch of arcade cabinets that they bought online in it, and then like selling like a pass and being like, okay, you have this long, and here are things. So I saw it in the last few malls I went to. I was very happy about it.
Whoa, I need to find these malls because like I definitely need to go to those because that sounds freaking sick. I remember. Because I used to live in a small town and they had those in the mall, but as time went on, the mall became less and less like populated and there's barely anything in there. But I moved to a new city, which is a lot bigger, and they have like 3 malls, which is weird for me to think about. So yeah, I don't know how, like this big city apparently, but yeah, I only went to one of them and they didn't have an arcade there, but I'll check out the other 2. Hopefully they have.
Yeah, check them out. Maybe they have it. I've been seeing a lot of like now I see like Golden Age. I would have died to have anime at my mall when I was a kid.
Right.
But now it's like a whole shops with Goku out front, and I'm like, all right.
All right. Well, yeah. It was okay. So like people who grew up around our age, wasn't that like the nerdy thing? Like, oh yeah, you like anime? Oh, you're so weird.
You're so weird. You're so weird. As I'm pulling out like my Goku hoodie, I'm like, yeah, all right, shut up. I bought this at a convention somewhere. Leave me alone.
Put my Naruto headband on, like turn it up. It's like, you guys so weird, and you run like all ninja-like,
Oh my god, the ninja running! I cannot forget the ninja
running.
Oh yeah,
100%. Yeah, no, 100%. I just think it's weird because I'm seeing like TikToks of people like say like, oh man, it's so nerdy, and then they like. I see like teams, like dodgeball teams, and some of them are like the One Piece crew and stuff like that. I'm just like, what? That was like so like weird back in the day, and now people just naturally likes anime. Now it's the cool kids.
You had to scrounge for this shit. You had to go to a Borders and hide in the small section of a Borders to read their manga for $10 a pop.
Freaking right?
Right? And you had to. I don't know if you had one in your mall, but a Suncoast. They had Suncoasts, and oh my god! So there was the only place that had a wink wink spicy section of anime, and like you would find like the rated R ones, like the Miyazakis that were rated R and all those things, like back in the day when you were like, oh, I don't know where to find this, and it was like it was like a movie store, but at the back of the store had all of the manga and the anime in this small like forbidden section.
Forbidden section, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I just remember like back in high school, you like because you didn't want to call yourself out too much, so you kind of have hints, like tricks and stuff like that, and you like try and test a friend and be like if they know or something like that. It's like, hey, so Toonami, right?
Toonami, right? Wink.
Wink,
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 like,
wink. And they're like,
I'm
oh.
up late. What do you watch?
Yeah,
What do
yeah,
you
I
watch?
just want to watch, you know.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. And if they go like, oh yeah, I like to watch basketball. It's like, oh, okay, never mind.
Oh, well,
yeah,
no.
I'm out.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, totally love the sports and the balls and the
I love
goals.
the sports ball. I love the sports ball.
With the balls, yeah.
But if not, if they were like, oh shoot, I really like watching this right after school, and then I go for the Inuyasha, but then I fall asleep, and then I wake up to other Inuyasha.
Yeah, exactly. But then you get like, oh, I have done that too. Oh my god! And then you became best friend.
Best friends, instant best friends.
Instant. Lock it in. Just best friends right there.
Absolutely.
Hey, listen.
Oh, thank you for following. So for those who don't know, this is a fun little talk show we like to do where we'll be asking 15 questions to our lovely guests here, and we'll get to know them. We'll get to know how they first got started. We'll know their career. We'll know how hyper she really is. And all that kind of stuff. We'll see how hyper she really is. We'll test that out. We'll test it out, guys.
No.
Let's see if we can keep up with her energy. We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I'm a talker.
Well, she's a talker. She has a nice Jersey accent and all that kind of stuff. I love it. She's a talker. Yes, I love it.
I'm a talker. I'm walking here. I'm talking
Walking here, I'm talking here, and gobbling over here. That's what I do. If there was a New Yorkin like goblin, you would totally sound like that. Like, by the way,
yeah,
I'm just saying.
Absolutely.
If we ever need like a goblin like New Yorkin like person do a voice, we wouldn't be asking you. You'd be the first one in line.
First one. It's so funny because I didn't realize that I even had an accent until like like sometimes when I get angry, it happens, you know, like it pops out. And then I started hanging out with my friend Miss Lala, who is from the city, and so her accent is right there, like it's right out there. And the more I hung out with her, it was like when I'm back with my family when I leave. Because when I came back for my family, it would come back stronger, and chat would be like, it's coming out again. And then I started hanging out with her more, and now it comes out all the time. I was like, I don't care anymore. It's just there.
Dude, I love it. That's so good. I want to see a meter. I want to see like try and make a meter of like normal to like New York to New Jersey to like all the way up to Queens, the top peak, where she's literally cussing out people like, I'm walking here, you know.
Get out of here! What are you doing? Yeah.
I want to see that. I want to see that.
It travels. It just kind of travels with whatever I'm feeling.
It depends on the game you play. It definitely depends. Competitive games, oh my god. Watch like Fortnite. Oh my god, I can see that level go up quite a bit.
Yeah. Fortnite done.
Yep, done. But hey guys, don't forget, you guys contribute to the stream as much as we are. I'll be asking the 15 questions, but there's also going to be this fun little spin the win that you guys can redeem. If you guys redeem one of these, you guys can actually ask a question to Goblin here. So it'd be actually perfect for Lynn, right? You want to get more questions? You want to answer all the questions, right?
Yes. If anybody has any questions, I would love to hear them. I would love to hear questions.
All the questions. So if you guys have questions, if you guys don't have questions, but you still want to contribute to the stream, we have the spin for you. But I also have 15 questions that I think you guys will love to hear the answers to. So how about we get started with the first question of the night? Are you ready?
Yes. I'm so ready. So ready.
Awesome. Let's do it. Okay, so what is the best way to ask? Best question to start off everything is just, why? Just why? Why and when did you get started with streaming?
Why and when? That's a good. Yeah, I am very ready. Why and when did I start streaming? So I started streaming, I think a year into the pandemic in 2021. I want to say so. About 3 years ago. Yeah, I think it'll be 3 years this coming month actually. How it started was I had just recently left my job for the pandemic. I was a librarian. I was actually for youth services. I actually did teen and children's library programs, and during the pandemic, I did them a lot from my house, so they were online. And I am immunocompromised, so I couldn't go in, and I had a doctor's note saying, "Hey, she's probably not going to survive if she gets COVID." So I put it in, and they rejected it and said I needed to come in. And I said, okay, I'm leaving. Good luck doing all of the programs I do. And my whole team left with me because they thought it was such bullshit.
Yeah,
my entire team left. Yeah, it was I was devastated because I loved those kids. Like, they were my kids. Like, they were basically like, I had an anime club for them. I had like
cool.
writers club for them. They made their own poems. I had an LGBT plus thing. All these things I created. I even had Fortnite on the computers for them after school. You know, like
Coolest librarian ever, right? Jeez.
Right? And when I left, like not even a month after I left, they got rid of all the programs, which is a shame for the community. But you know what? They couldn't keep it up. That was their own fault. They thought they could do it. Like they tried to basically say, "Oh, we could do this without you." And it's like, "Go try it. I bet."
Come on.
And they didn't. They didn't last a month without me. And in one way I'm happy, and in one way I'm sad because I do think those kids needed the support. But at the time I was really sad because I wasn't cultivating a community, which is one of my favorite things. I love creating safe spaces for nerds, like people to feel like they are involved in the community, and especially our young people. But I was like, it's hard for me to do that online. So my friend was, who knows me, we met in college. I actually went to college for TV and radio, and I did voice acting as well. And so he was like, "Hey, would you ever like want to stream like the video games you play?" Because I've been playing video games since I was a kid. Like I was one of the kids, one of the last kids with chickenpox. And I was actually so allergic to the chickenpox, I had it for over 2 months.
Oh, wow.
And had to go to the hospital because it had such an intense reaction to it. And so my mom sat me in front of a SNES that my brother wasn't playing anymore, and was like, "Hey, you got to stop scratching, and the doctor says you have to do something. So here is Mega Man X and Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars."
Perfect.
And that literally, like, it I thought I was gonna die. Like, I was a child and I had no idea what was happening. So I'm a big proponent for that as well. So my friend was like, "Hey, you've always played video games for as long as I've known you. Would you like to do that for like other people?" And I was like, "I don't know." I don't know. He's like, "But you have such a good personality. You're high energy. You're perfect with kids. I think you would be really fun." And so I said, "All right, I'll try it." And he was like, "Well, I kind of want to try this VTubing thing. What do you say to being like a monster girl?" And I was like, "What would I be, like GOBBLYN or something?" And he was like, "Yeah."
Perfect. Actually, matter of fact.
I joked about it. I was like, yeah, offhandedly, I was like, "What would I fucking be, GOBBLYN?"
GOBBLYN. That would never catch on. Like, how many followers later? 7.8k followers later. Huh.
Yeah, exactly. So I actually started on I started on YouTube because I wasn't sure if I wanted to do it, and like all I knew was Hollow Live at that point. So I was like, "Oh, you know what? Let me try on YouTube. Let's see if there's if I like it," because that's a big thing, and also an advice I would give to people to try it first. You don't want to put too much into it without actually knowing if you like it. So I was like, "Let me try it." Too many pegs in my basket.
They had a whole. If you know that character, you guys get all the brownie points. But yes, thank you for the 100. I appreciate it. Thank you.
But I then after a month of streaming on YouTube, so I started in like May on YouTube, so it would be technically 3 years this month. But then a month later, I was like, "Okay, let me try Twitch because I feel like I'm gonna get more traction on Twitch. I'm gonna be able to interact with my chat more on Twitch." And yeah, that's when I came over on Twitch, and it changed. I changed everything. I wanted to be more like me. I wanted to try like more stuff and try more games. And yeah, I started there. That's how I got my start.
Nice. Well, I love it. I love how it just came out to be like something that you just were like kind of curious about, and you want to try it out, and you just end up loving it. I love it. It's really cool. And I love that like, you also gave a little bit of a history of like how you got into video games and how you got interested in making that community, because it all kind of stems around being a streamer. It's almost
Yeah.
like whatever happened in your past kind of molded you to become a streamer. You know, like all the different choices you had to make. It's all went to this route.
Yeah, it's the things that I've done to create communities, to work with voice acting, doing things like that, being very like interactive. I used to do promotions work. I just did like things like that, like just kind of come together. So I joke that like I'm kind of using my degree in some way. You know, it's not completely what I went to school for, but I'm still putting a lot of those things that I have so much experience for in when I am making my stream. And I think that's very important for any streamer, is to take a lot from your all of your experiences and put it towards your content, because who knows it better than you? You already have so much experience in something. It's not like you're throwing it out the window. It's still going to mold who you are and the content you're going to make for your community.
Yep, 100%. And like, and also it makes it so that you get to be able to do something you like. Because usually a lot of times when you go into like a career, or like study for something, it's usually something you're curious about. And when you stream, you want to do the same thing that you were so curious about. Like I was always interested in like counseling and stuff like that, as that's what I did my school degree in. So now I'm talking to people, and
that makes sense. That
right?
makes so much sense.
Right? So like I'm doing exactly what you say. I'm doing something I really enjoy doing, and I'm not wasting my career. You know, I'm talking to people. Look at this, I'm talking to people. I love it. It's great. Also, I worked at GameStop, so like also talk a lot about video games too.
I also worked at GameStop. Shut up.
What? Oh my god. Dude, we love the 90s.
Love the
we
90s.
both were at GameStop. We both using our degree. Dude, I should turn green soon. I should be turning green soon.
You're in the process.
I'm in the process. I'm going to be Goblin. I actually interviewed a Goblin, another Goblin VTuber not that long ago. She's also a very amazing person. I need to get her name. I apologize.
I wouldn't want to assume there's a lot of Goblin VTubers, so I don't want to.
You might know. Yeah, I think you know this one. I think you know this one. So let me just double check really quick. I have it right here. It's Podkin. Podkin. Yeah, she's amazing.
Yes.
I love her today. She's so smart.
Very good
so
energy.
really fun.
She's so smart. Yes, it's so funny. I've seen her around, and every once in a while we like are in the same collab of someone we know, and we're like, hey there,
Hey.
Yeah, I love her design too.
She's so good.
Like
so nice.
the maid, very cute, and then like she does so much with her content. I think that's really cool.
I really like her. She's very inspirational. I love her.
Yeah,
really good.
Absolutely.
Going back to what we were saying before. Getting later in life wholly into like people who actually had to deal with the chickenpox situation. It's really messed up. I actually found out I was allergic to penicillin when that was like a part that you have to have for chickenpox.
Yeah.
So that did not work out very well for me. That was not fun.
No, I was allergic to. I'm also allergic to like one of the bacterias that they use in penicillin, so I can't actually have penicillin as well. I'm allergic to like a certain strain of yogurt as well. Like I had a doctor talk to me about it and was like, oh, you know what? The bacteria that they use in a lot of yogurts are ones that they experiment with penicillin. Is there anything else you're allergic to? And it turned out I can't have veal. And not that I'm going out of my way to have veal, but my brother's a chef. And so one day he came home with veal and I got really sick. And he was just like, I don't know why you would have that kind of reaction. So I had to go when I went to the doctor, they were like, do you know that they feed the baby cows like a very, very good, like a specific strain of yogurt to make them make their skin really soft and their bodies. So that is what I was allergic to. They feed them so much yogurt that, that actually is still in their system. It's crazy.
Oh, that's so weird. That's so weird. But it's also really scary. It's also really terrifying.
It was like a weird allergy that I had. So like when people are like, oh, what are you allergic to? I was like, I doubt you have veal on your thing, but just in case, I'm allergic to veal and yogurt. Like it's so specific.
Yeah, that's kind of scary. Like I'm only allergic to penicillin, so I just need to tell people like, hey, no penicillin.
Yeah.
But you sound like you're allergic to like really rare things that like goes into bodies of animals and then you dissect it and then the parts of it is going to be made into something that you can't have.
Yeah, it's insane. It's the bacteria specifically stays alive that long. Like, what? What? Like, yeah,
What?
it's oddly specific. Yes, yeah, my body does weird shit. But I've learned that now that all of my body problems are all connected in its own weird ways. That's good.
What?
I guess.
You know your body more, so I
Yeah.
think that's a plus. It's a plus.
Yeah, at the end of the day, yeah.
100 got it in one. No retakes, no cuts. Send it. Send all the stuff. Send all the stuff.
Yeah.
And Viku, who is actually from someone from my community, wants to do the first spin. She's an amazing person, and I always love her. So yeah, we're gonna do the fun little spin, and this will be the first question. Yep, these questions are also gonna be pretty fun. They're not trained too much for content, but it's just fun facts, including most underrated game. What's a game that like everyone does not really know much about, but you just fell in love with and needs more attention?
That's a good question. That's actually a really great question, actually.
So yeah, that's what you come to these
Underrated
streams for. You guys, I just give you the best questions. You know?
The one that comes to mind is they actually had a remake of it recently, and I was very happy because not a lot of people knew about it. Was Legend of Mana.
Legend of Mana, yeah.
Yeah. So the new one, the remake of it came out just recently, and when I was a kid, I loved it so fucking much. And everybody had already played like Secret of Mana and was disappointed that it wasn't like Secret of Mana. It's totally different. It was hand-drawn backgrounds, all of these, and it came out in the same time as like Polygon ones like Final Fantasy VII. Like it came out at the worst time possible in its lifetime. But I got it on the PlayStation, and I remember falling in love with all of the different mechanics in it, all the music in it, and it was a very interesting game. It was very have you ever played the game Dark Cloud?
No, I have not.
Oh, okay. So basically Dark Cloud is a world where basically the entire world gets blown up and you get items and you put the items down, and that's how you make the world.
Oh, okay. I see it.
Yeah.
I see it.
And so Legend of Mana was the same thing where the world has ended, but you're rebuilding it with memories in the different items that you find.
That's
and
cool.
It was really, and so depending on where you place the items, different quests are available. And so as a person who had also played like Chrono Trigger and stuff where it had multiple endings and multiple things, these paths all were affected by when you talked to the NPCs. And I really had a warm place in my heart for it. And not a lot of people do it exist. And I was like, what about Legend of Mana? And everybody was like, what was that?
What?
And I was like,
What?
okay,
What's
all right. You mean Secret of Mana? Did you get that wrong, fake gamer girl? And I was like, no.
It's like no. That's too.
But yeah, so that one I would say, if you haven't checked it out, they have a remake on the Nintendo Switch now, and I have it, and I love it very much. And I shared it with my community when it came out, and I cried because
I love
was
it.
so good.
I love it when
so
like a lot of people have mixed reviews on like the remakes of it, but I'm really liking it. I like all the remakes that they've been doing some of the games. I really think they do a good job.
It has flaws. It has flaws. Let me tell you, because if you don't,
it has flaws. It has flaws. They don't. Yeah, I'm gonna call you out whenever it comes out. Whenever it sneaks out, I'm just going to repeat you. By the way.
But it does have big ones. The game itself, if you don't do something specifically, it can lock you out to the ending of the game.
No.
And I don't know if they fixed it in the remake, so I was like, you probably want to have a map guide just in case when you play it, just to make sure, because I don't know if they fixed it. And the second, I forgot. This is the other one, but now everybody knows it exists, and I'm very happy about it. Is Super Mario RPG: Legend of the Seven Stars, and I'm so happy it got a remake because everyone knew Paper Mario. Everybody knew Paper Mario and A Thousand Year Door, and they knew about the Mario and Luigi games, but Super Mario RPG: Legend of the Seven Stars is the literal it was the concept. It was the thing before everything else. The reason why you even have Paper Mario is because of Legend of the Seven Stars. So for me, it was a big I cried when that fucking thing came out. I was like, that was probably my #1 pick for a remake, and when it did, I actually brought up the Switch. I brought up the the live, and I shared it with my community and cried because that one is the first game I ever played. That was the one that I did when I was a child. That really means a lot to me, and the comedy's still there, and it was ahead of its time. It was actually a love child between Square at the time, which was trying to get in on the family markets at that time when they were failing with Final Fantasy in the Eastern audience, and it was their way of actually clawing back into it. So it has a very rich history. And fun fact, same music score the Yoko Shimomura is actually the person who did the Legend of Mana soundtrack as well.
No, I love it. I see. You can tell she's a gamer because she's so passionate about this, and that's so great. I love seeing the passion when it comes to these kind of things. When you like a game, you are all into it. You know, like yeah. I love seeing it. I love seeing people so passionate about this kind of thing because it means a lot. It means a lot. It puts a lot. It kind of goes into it, and that is so like addicting. And like you love watching people do that because the feeling you get from watching people do that, you feel that feeling, you feel that like excitement, you know. So that's why it's so cool and fun just to watch someone just gush about stuff like that. I think it's so much fun.
Yeah, and I love that's one of my favorite things when I stream is to share that with my community because people are going to know when you're passionate about something. It's kind of hard to fake when you're passionate about something.
Yeah.
No, and so it's nice because everyone's like, no, we like it when you talk about what you like, and I encourage people to talk more about what they like. I think it's how else are you going to find your people? How else are you going to find your pack, your community until you talk about what you like?
Exactly. You know, like talk about it. I think that's the best thing about it because you'll find some people who like it. Maybe back. Oh, no, she's drinking. She has a little bottle too. Oh my god.
This is my sippy cup.
You got a sippy cup. Well, you know.
I have to be careful.
You have to be careful. You know, you don't want to drip anything on my nice table right there, and on my couch. You know, thank you so much. Thank you. I was worried. Exactly. Thank you so much. Most people just have coffees and just water bottles. You know, they just spill anything all over the place. I had a slime dragon on my show not that long ago. Left all this mess, all this stuff all over the place.
Yeah, you had to clean up the couch and stuff. I'm sure.
There's still stuff left over. Yeah, like, I can't get enough of this kind of stuff. Well, at least that's fine. Like Slime Dragon, Remy. Oh, you know Remy. You know Remy. Oh, I see you over there. You know Remy. Yep, still talking about him. But no, like that. And then of course I have VTubers who like burn things. And also like murder VTubers who have blood all over the place.
Oh yeah.
You guys.
Thankfully, I've cleaned up my act over the
thank
years.
you. I think the worst thing I would probably see is I'll probably see a rat here every now and then. I'm thinking I'm going to see some of you rats. I think some of the rats over here already followed me, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to see you guys scurrying around all over the place. Just a little bit.
Sorry, I'm gonna leave some rats behind. Don't worry, they'll just eat your pizza. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah, no worries. Oh, hey, thank you for the follow. I mean, thank you for subscribe. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I love it. See it. 280 goblin VTubers by current count. That's a lot of us for sure. Wow, that's a lot of goblins.
Yes, Calyx actually is I call the chronicler of all of the goblins. Yeah, he has a comprehensive of not only the goblin VTubers but the goblin artists in the community. I think he said we were close to 2K. Am I right? So whenever he's a big fan of goblin goblin community and keeps track of it. And so whenever I ask him, like, yeah, where are we, Calyx?
Where are we?
Because when I started, there was only a handful of goblin VTubers at the time, and then it just kind of blew up after that. And so I always ask him, like, where are we? Where are we? Everyone's like, aren't there hundreds of you? And I was like, hey, have you seen the lone cat girl? Okay, we're okay.
Yeah. When we talk about a lot of VTubers, we talk about, you know, cats, dragons, foxes. Like, that's a lot of you guys. There's a lot of you guys. Yeah. But hey, I'll interview every single one of you. That's my goal. My goal is to interview every single VTuber out there.
Yeah, that's a good goal. That's a goal.
Right? like I won't stop until like I literally run out of people to like ask.
That's right now you're fine.
Yeah, no, I'm already. I'm already set for June, and I'm going to be working on July pretty soon. So yeah, I'm set. I'm good.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, yeah, yeah, it's very good, very good. But also, like, here's a good question actually to bring up. So there's not that many goblins, and you already told you your story of why you are a goblin, and there's more goblins coming up. Why do you think goblins are starting to get a rise? Like, why people want to VTube as a goblin?
I think at the end of the day, at the time I knew about D&D, and I was a very big fan of D&D and goblins, and I actually like small. When I pick a video game, I usually pick the smallest race, like Lalafels in Final Fantasy 14.
Okay.
Like I'm always like, oh, that's cute, I want that. You know, like that's what I want. And at the time when goblins VTubers were starting to come out, there was a big boom of like Critical Role started getting popular, and not the Brave was getting popular, and there was a lot of different goblins in the media that you were starting to see, and then basically we were getting exposure all over the place of like, oh, look how cute these goblins are. Oh, there's not just these goblins, there's cute goblins, there's this goblin, there's that goblin. And that's actually how I like at first I just started as like a goblin girl that happens to be, you know, like I just looked like a goblin that happens to a girl who happens to be a goblin. and people were like, yeah, that's cool. I haven't seen a goblin VTuber yet. And then they were like, you know what? I want to be a goblin VTuber. That could work. Because it like a lot of people like associate like being a gremlin or being goblin, and then also Goblin Core came out during that time where people were talking about cottage core, goblin core, like hoarding things like dice, you know, and so it all kind of came together at like the perfect like moment of people being interested in so many different things, and it being all like, oh well, goblin in media, goblin in my house, goblin in like all of the different things started coming together. It just kind of like embodied that, and people were like, well, I kind of feel like I'm a goblin. I relate to a goblin, and it kind of just worked. It just kind of happened.
I like it. I like it. I think that's really cool. Just watch out for Goblin Slayer, because he's probably not happy about how the numbers have been growing.
I have to say that there are quite a few on Twitch that come by my stream and say hi, and I'm like, is it the same Goblin Slayer that changes his name every once in a while? You know, and I don't know. I try to hide my best, but you know, do what you can.
No worries, no worries. I have yet to meet one, so it's totally good. Totally fine.
Good.
They don't know where we live. You don't know where we live. It's good. It's good.
Okay, just just tell, you know, throw them off my track when you have a second. You know?
Yeah. If I ever see him, I'll see him. I'll tell him. Well, there's a dragon over there.
Yeah, there's a dragon.
Check him.
Don't look at the abandoned mall.
Yeah, don't check out that mall. Like it's stinky with pizza and cheese. So don't worry about
it's pizza and cheese. There's a lot of stinky cheese in there. You're not gonna want it.
You don't want to get in there. You don't want to get there. It's a complete debuff on everything, so you don't want it.
Yeah.
Shmoo. You wanted to do a question as well, so we'll do another spin.
Yes, please.
We'll do another spin for you. You like the spin, right? Everyone loves the spin.
I love it. It's very cute.
It's very adorable. I love it too. It's so good.
I love it.
Speaking of pizza, very controversial take right here.
Oh.
Favorite pizza toppings.
I'm kind of a basic bitch.
Okay.
I like pepperoni on my pizza. I very much do.
New York style?
I do like New York style. I also like, very thin crust. I like a thin crust.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it has to be savory sauce too. It can't be too sweet. If it's too sweet, what the hell are you doing here? You know, what's the point?
I feel like you
get a dessert pizza.
Yeah. I was saying, I feel like you would have a very strong opinion on pizza. I feel like you do.
I definitely do. And I am not a purist. Like I definitely have in the past eaten a pineapple pizza. Okay, I have. I know.
Whoa.
But I prefer, instead of ham, which I think can be, sometimes people don't do it right and it's not crispy enough, or it's a little too wet or anything like that. I put bacon on it instead. So it's a Hawaiian bacon instead of ham.
I can see that.
I actually really like it better. Or if you're really hurting, do the pepperoni and pineapple instead.
Okay.
Get yourself a salty meat, and it'll fix it. It'll fix it right up.
You got your jam. I love it. But so here's the cool, interesting thing, okay, about the whole pepperoni, pineapple on pizza kind of thing. So here in America, We do, yep, in America.
Yes,
You have to
yes.
say it like that, obviously.
Obviously.
They have pepperoni and then pineapple on, and no one likes pineapple on pizza. That's just like the kind of staple, you know. No one likes pineapple on
Yeah.
pizza. Well, outside of the United States, everyone loves pineapple on pizza. Like
Yeah.
Europe, Italy, like Netherlands, like everyone loves pineapple on pizza. And I thought it was super weird that like people like that. So they tell me and they describe it to me. And even one stream, I even bought pineapple on pizza as a dare, as like a sub goal to actually eat it. It was disgusting. I hated it so much. But like when I was gonna eat it, they were like, "Why is there so much pineapple on there?" I was like, that's what they are. There's so much pineapple because that's what it is. Like, wow, they upload so much pineapple. Our pizzas are super small and they're all like swiveled up and they're all dried out. So this is so weird to see the differences between like pizzas all across the world, you know?
Oh yeah, seeing everybody's different like versions of pizza. I feel like there was a time where I was over at Japan for a little while, and my mom
Lucky.
came. Yeah, I was only able to stay for a little while, but my mom came with me, and she's not really a fish person, and which is hard in Japan. So I was just like, I would like to take you out to like American fare. So I tried to take her to this place that I knew nearby that had like an Americana restaurant. But then she saw a pizza place and she's like, maybe we could get a pizza. And I was like, no. I go over because of course my mom's from Queens, and she looks at it and like her whole face drops. Like her whole face is like, what the fuck
What
is
is
that?
this?
What the fuck is that? And it was a dessert pizza, I hope to God, but it
Dessert
had the
pizza.
sauce on top. But the crust was like a graham cracker crust, the sauce, and then marshmallows on top, not cheese. And it was like an experimental, you know how they like weird, like I don't know if they like to try to weird people out, and it was like a specialty weirded out pizza.
It sounds
And
pretty weird. Yeah.
And I knew that was probably what was gonna happen, but she like was so excited, and I was like, no, let's go to the Americana place across the street. And she was so upset. She was just like, why would they do that to a
Why would they
pizza?
do that
Why
pizza?
couldn't they
She's
why
like
did she get
PTSD.
pizza?
She's like, oh my god, why?
Why would they do that? Why would they do that to the pizza? And I was like, I'm so sorry, Mom. I'm so sorry, Mom. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
We're leaving. We're leaving. Don't worry.
I didn't know the place across the street would do this to you. I'm so sorry.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Now she's gonna see
Yeah.
pizza outside United States. She's like, no, not the marshmallows.
No.
Not the marshmallows. No.
Not the marshmallows. Not the marshmallows. Yeah, no, it was definitely a weird take. I'm definitely more an adventurous eater than my mom. Like, I will try anything or any combo at least once. So for me and my friends, we would probably go there and have
PTSD,
that.
That is perfect PTSD. Pizza traumatic stress disorder. Perfect.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Perfect. I love that.
And yeah, she brought that up literally her entire stay while she was there. I think as she got on the plane, she was talking about that pizza. Like there was no.
Well, at least she'll remember her trip. You know,
She did.
something.
She definitely did. And I felt really bad. I love my mother very much, but she's more of the traditional Puerto Rican goblin in the city.
Yep. Yeah. No worries.
Yeah, you know, the traditional. And so she wanted to go to a church on Sunday. She wanted the whole thing. But in Japan, they don't really have like Catholic churches or anything like that. We walked by a church, and I had to explain to her why that wasn't actually a church. It's actually for Western style weddings. Like it doesn't have like the body of Christ in it. It doesn't have any priest. It's for pictures. Like it's for pictures and
tourism.
for an event.
Tourism.
It's tourism. It's a tourist event, but for locals to get married there and get the pretty pictures in the wedding dress versus the kimono. And so she was like going in there really excited, and I was like, Mom,
It's like, where's the water? Where's the water? I can't
there's
see
no
anything.
water. I can't touch my forehead with this.
What the
And
frick?
so she did a little, you know, signed herself, did a little prayer, and we walked out. But she was very disappointed.
She was really disappointed. It was like,
She was doing her best. She was doing her best.
You should tell her. You should tell her. There's actually I don't know what town it is, but there's a town that actually like has a plaque that says this mound is where Jesus Christ was buried in Japan. And they have like a whole story. Yeah, like I don't know where
my
it is. You can
God.
look it up. You can look it up,
I'll
like
have
where
to
Jesus
find it. Maybe
Christ
I'll
was
send her
buried.
there next
Yeah, send her there so she can at least pray to the mound that supposedly has the
Yeah.
corpse of
Exactly. Which
Just save face, save
So
face. Yeah,
funny.
that mound
The
is hilarious.
mound.
Yes, the mound.
Definitely the mound.
The mound, the Jesus Christ mound. This is the closest thing you'll
Mm.
get. The closest thing you get in Japan. But yeah, I'm glad you guys like the spin because the question spin automatically knows your question you're about to ask and then picks it for you. So if it's
Yeah.
something sus, it was not me. It was the question. It was the
It
question.
was the question. I don't know
Question.
what to tell you. Maybe
was
you
the
were
question.
thinking about it. Maybe you were thinking about it. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. You were thinking about it.
A little bit shush. A little bit shush. Also, if we can, I want someone to clip this, and I want to have this as sound alert. Can you say sauce again?
What?
Sauce, sauce, sauce,
Sauce?
sauce. It's
Sauce?
so adorable. I love the way you say sauce. I love that. I want that. I want that as a sound alert. Whenever someone's saying something
Yes, you can
sussy,
have it.
I want people to say it. Say cool. Someone do that for me.
Go
Thank
ahead.
you. Okay,
Go
do it.
ahead. You have my permission. You can have
Thank you.
my voice is saying swas as your alert. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I appreciate anything. Yeah, I'll get that saved. I'll get it saved.
Thank you.
Sus, you say? I don't mind if I do. So you attribute. Oh wait. So before we get into the spin, I do want to get to the second question.
Oh yes. We'll do the second one. Yes.
Then we'll get into your spin. I promise. Second question, and this is a fun question too. Is what do you like the most about being a VTuber gamer?
Ah, that's a good one. I think sharing the games with my community is like one of my favorite things, especially ones that, like I said before, like that I really, really like, old ones that I'm very passionate about. But I also really like the new ones that I've been getting into, like learning about new games and playing indie games with my community, and like actually being able to talk about indie games more, because like of course the AAA games are going to get all the best promotion, all the best talking points, all the best things, but when I play the indie games, I get to share with my community, hey, I'm playing another Crab's Treasure, hey, I'm playing Little Kitty Big City, I'm playing games that they didn't realize that they should have on their wish list. Maybe there's a game out there that like I haven't even played, that someone played and it's like, oh my god, it's just like Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. Like I speaking of which, one of my chats actually did say that, and gave me a key to Sea of Stars, and it is like Legend of the Seven Stars, and I played the shit out of it. I platinumed it, and I was so happy. I was so happy because I had never heard of it, and it was kickstarted, and it became
don't
like
you love that?
I loved it. That's the best part, is like it's like sharing your passions with the community, and I think you get to meet more people. You can meet, you make a community and interact with them. There's so much new technology that you can like interact and play with them as well, and like basically the experience of playing the game is different. And I often say that like there are certain games that I don't stream. Those are my games. They're for me, and they're my like personal games. But then there's also the ones that there's also the games that I am like, this is perfect for stream. I think this is perfect for stream because there are so many good like bites for this. We could talk about them. We could talk about what we like, what we don't like about them. But then there's the ones like I personally feel like games like Breath of the Wild or something like that, where I'm like a completionist with those kinds of games, so I end up like getting so focused I don't even speak sometimes. So those games I keep to myself, but the other ones I love sharing those with my community and getting interactive with them. So that's my favorite part.
Nice. I love it. That's really good. I love being able to not only like enjoy the games you like, but also have a community of people who also enjoys the things you like, talk about it with each other, and then recommend each other games to play. Like chat. What was games that you thought you would never ever play that Lynn over here recommended you and fell in love with? Do you have any games like that? I would love to hear that. I would love to hear you guys pick out some games. That'd be so cool.
I would actually. I'd love to hear that too, because I know a lot of people end up like getting games. I've had quite a few people say, you know what, I'm gonna get that game because it looks like right up my alley, and then they'll get way ahead of me and they'll be like, okay, all right.
Oh hey guys, I just started. I don't have time. I don't have time to play.
Don't you dare spoiler this for me.
Do not. Like, I can see it now. It's like, wow, I finally get to play this gun game. It's like, oh hey. Do you like this one character? Don't say it. Don't say it. I'm just saying. If you like this character, Saying.
Thankfully, my chat has just started. Like my chat is very good about no spoilers,
No
and they'll
spoilers.
even like they'll point out what the spoiler is to my mods, so the mods will like ban
This
like
thing.
not ban them, but like get
Ban
rid of
that
it
word.
just to
Yeah,
be-
do not let anyone do it. No one let anyone do it.
So they'll all start doing the rat emote to get rid of the thing, so I won't see it. And I'm like, what was that? And they're
What
like,
was
"Don't
that?
scroll
No,
up."
no, 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 no.
And they're like, don't scroll up, your mod's away right now and you can't see it. So like, they
Ah,
work
I love the
together.
support. I love the
Yeah.
community support. That's so nice.
Yeah,
Look at
I've
you
been-
guys. Look at you guys. I love it.
They're so good to me. They're really good to me, and like that's what happened with because a lot of people that it's been out for a long time. Hollow Knight, I started playing with the community because I'd never played it before, and it's near and dear to a lot of people's hearts, and they love talking about it. But a lot of people are like very vocal about the parts they like, and so like people who knew that they were spoiling it would be like, no, get out of here. Like it was very funny. It was very funny because my chat was very much like, we played this game, we're watching her play it for the first time. Get the fuck out.
I want to watch this. I want to see her first reactions to it. Don't spoil it for me. I love it.
Yeah, I love and that's the community. That's the kind of wonderful, like they're very supportive. Like when I'm alone and I can't get past a boss, I'll put down the game for for months and come back to it one day. You know, like that's how I beat Sephiroth in fucking Kingdom Hearts. I put it down for months at a time and I came back and I just did it in one go. You know, that's how I beat him. But when I'm on stream, I have a whole cheering section and I feel embarrassed if I don't. But often it's like, oh man, I couldn't do it today. Let's try tomorrow, and then I do it. Like I actually try it tomorrow, and I actually have the motivation to not give up. And I think that's really cool to have in a community.
That's cool. I like that too. I like that. They're like the your little brother who's like who watches you stream something like for like a play game that you always wanted to watch play. So I like it. I love it. The little brothers. I love it. I love it. It's so good. All right. Let's see what you guys say. So I have to admit, I don't play that many games anymore, but I enjoy watching others play, which is nice. I like that a lot. Goblin won me over when I first watched her. She talked about tabletop role-playing games. I instant follow. That's definitely instant follow right there. That's definitely instant follow. Really good.
So I also used to work in tabletop role-playing games as a graphic designer. So it was one of the talking points that I used to talk about is like why I like role-playing as much and why I feel like it's a very important part of like role-playing, and that like not just the big games, not just D&D, not just Paizo, not just all of those things are really important depending on the type of game you play. And what your group is more comfortable with at the end of the day. So I had a whole conversation. So a lot of my big old nerds came on because of that.
I love it. That's always good. That's always good. But we always like to follow the nerds. The nerds. I love it. She hasn't been there yet. She doesn't know that exists. Quiet, LOL. We're very protective of the first playthrough experience of her. I like it too.
Yes.
I also like Kuro saying, mods, shoot that man.
That is exactly the way they do it too, Kuro.
I love it. That's so good.
Yes.
Your mods, your community is adorable and very supportive. I love them a lot. I love them.
Yeah.
Speaking of your community, they also have another question. So let's get another spin and go on there.
Yes,
That's good.
Let's see. I knew they would enjoy this. This is good.
Oh yeah, I knew you guys would. Like this is much of your stream as is our stream. So you'll definitely have to jump in on this. You'll definitely like it. Cool, awesome. So, actually, here's a fun one. Embarrassing story. Do you have an embarrassing story you have not showed anyone yet? Told anyone about it?
That is a good question.
Yeah.
Oh, an embarrassing story. What? Okay.
Pokemon list honey raid. Whoa.
Oh my god, Callus!
He just comes out of nowhere. I'm gonna drop this bomb right here. Boom.
Thank you for reminding me, but also I can't believe you reminded me.
Love it.
So one of the first, Honey Goblin is one of my best friends. We met because we both debuted the same month and we both became affiliates the same month. And she messaged me about emotes because she didn't know how to upload emotes at the first time, because as her community and my community know, she's not good with technology. So
Okay,
she
good enough,
messaged
good
me,
enough.
was like, hey, you seem cool, do you mind helping me with this? And we called and we hit it off right away. We became really close. And so I helped her out, and then I was playing Legend of Zelda, like Breath of the Wild, with my community, just like waiting for a game to come out. I forgot what game. We were just playing it, and one of them was just like, all right, what about fire Pokemon? And I was like, well, they gotta stop making fire Pokemon so fuckable. I hate that the fire starter has to be a buff man for every single fire Pokemon starter. I'm done with this. And they were like, oh really, Gobby, tell us more about your fuckable goblins. It's like, fine, all right,
Fine,
sure.
fine.
After I do this part, I'm gonna do a tier list of the most fuckable Pokemon. And as soon as it came out of my mouth,
Ooh.
fucking Honey rated me with like 700 people, and I regretted it instantly. Because then my chat at the time was like, hey, did you hear what she just said?
Yeah. Oh no, we're not letting you get past this one. We're showing this off.
They highlighted it 1,000 times. They added me 1,000 times. Like, when are you gonna do the fuckable tier list? When are you gonna do the
Yeah. Did you just say?
I did end up doing a 4-hour stream of literally doing just that. And
Good quality,
she
good quality.
apologized, and I was just like, no, it's fine. But I was so like, it was so well timed. It was like it was scripted. Yeah, it was as though I had messaged her, and at the time we like were friends, but we like barely knew like how our vibes were, because her vibe obviously is different than my vibe. So it was just like, hey,
I would love to see what it would look like on the other side of things. Like, Honey is like, hey guys, you know what? We want to support this person. This person's so nice and so sweet and so wholesome. Let's go support this lovely gremlin over here and and send them a lovely raid, okay? Make sure you guys show your support and don't say anything weird.
Immediately,
we need to make sure. Do your tier list now. I love it.
Said, don't be weird. And my chat is like, she was being weird. She was being so weird.
She started it. She's the weird one. I don't know about you guys. You're good.
Oh man, I was so advanced. Like, it was definitely one of those things where you just start making a friendship with someone, you don't know their vibe yet, and she thought it was fucking hilarious. She did think it was really hilarious, and she was very much like, I'm so sorry, I didn't realize that was how it is. Like, no, how would you know that? How would you know that? But a lot of my longtime chatters were people that wandered in during that stream, and we're like, wait a minute, what just happened?
Really? Wait, what?
And then I doubled down on it, and they were like, well, I guess I'm here forever now.
Well, you know what? At least she knows her stuff. Okay, well, I'm not going to give away now. Like, I'm already comfortable in my seat. You know, I already got the popcorn. This is great. This is perfect. I'm actually really curious who would be the best Pokemon to have sex with. I gotta know.
Right? Well, the most fuckable fire type, I think we were talking about how it was like Incineroar was really high up there.
Okay.
Buffswole is too much like a bug, we were like, but like we did talk about like Incineroar was really good. You could get Emboar in there because he's very, very like strong. But my point was that like, and I still like now it's a little bit different. But at the time the new Pokemon hadn't come out yet, and literally every Pokemon starter was just a man. That has a dude. It was just a man.
This is a humanoid. This is a dude.
Yeah, just a dude or some lady, like or like Delphox and shit like that. Like it's just a lady or a girl, and that's it. And I was just like, just give me something weird. Give me something weird. And actually, I think the last one, the one that came out, was a big alligator. I was like, yeah, give me that.
Give me that. I would love that.
I want a Pokemon, not a man.
I want to have sex with a Pokemon, not a man. That's like the weirdest thing. That's literally just said that. You literally just said that. You literally just said that.
I know. I meant like.
Yeah.
Don't want to be fuckable. Don't want to be fuckable. No.
Can someone clip that and show it to her later? But she totally, literally just said, I don't want them to be man. I want them to be a Pokemon.
I just want to have a Pokemon game where they're
There's
not
no laws of Pokemon, Goblin. There's no laws against them.
There's no laws against Goblin.
No, don't do it.
No, okay. I've changed my most embarrassing moment. It's this now.
which is fine. Like you know for a fact Pokemon did that on purpose. You know they did it on purpose. They were like,
They did.
huh?
Okay,
So
wait,
we should
wait,
have
wait.
another. Like you know.
There's a Pokemon that literally does not evolve until it learns Stomp. Okay? And then it gets stomping heels and lady legs. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
True.
They know.
They don't know. I'm pretty positive we did a tier list right now of all the like smashable Pokemon. You know.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we can all understand why they're all humanoid. Like there's really barely any ones that are not humanoid. Come on.
Come on.
They know exactly what they're doing. Lopunny? Lopunny.
She's got ripped stockings.
Yeah.
She's got lips.
Like,
why did they give her
Why?
ripped
There was no point. There was no point.
That's not part of her skin. They
Yeah.
put her in there.
They gave her
put her in there.
clothes. You gave Pokemon clothes. That means they have.
They know.
They're
they
all
fucking
naked.
know.
Oh yeah.
It's my biggest standing point. It's like no, stop doing that. Stop putting them in clothes. Stop making them men. I just want to have a nice, wholesome Pokemon game.
Let me, like in the words of Goblin, let me just have them be Pokemon so I have sex with them. I cannot imagine myself liking that. Cannot imagine liking them unless they're like if they're humanoid. I can't. I'm sorry. They're deal breakers. Deal breaker.
Deal breaker.
I'm going to hold you to this one. You know, I'm going to hold this to one.
No, I'm never gonna live this one down.
Nope. And everyone in chat right now, you guys keep her up on this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Point of great design, perfect design. Love it. It's so good. It was so perfectly timed and scripted. And Immortalized of Markiplier, smash.
That was so funny because Markiplier did that like 2 months later, and everyone was just like, "Did you see that he did a fuckable Pokemon list?" And I was just like, "Are you kidding me?"
What? Markiplier copied up you? Whoa.
No, it was just so funny that it happened right afterward, and everyone was just like, "Oh my god, the fuckable tier list happened right after you."
It's so good. It's so good. I love it. Oh yeah, I try to do one. With a couple of my like more like sus friends, you know, like my friends who are like in that kind of like community, which is totally fine. I love all of them. But it's just fun. Just like they go into very detail, like really big detail, and it's just funny because like we always have like our little bit of like like hesitant, like you know, I wouldn't want to have sex with Squirtle. That seems weird. I don't know. But then they go into detail of like what they would use the tail for, and like okay, I have to like.
Oh, I didn't go that far.
That's what I'm saying. You'd be surprised the range of people would go for. Like there's a reason why Vaporeon is considered as the
Oh my god, yes, no.
Read out Twitter thread right here. You know.
I learned it. That was one of the copy pastas that was going around back in the day, where it would always be in your chat. Well, like,
These guys know that Vaporeon is the most. So funny. If I'm claiming chicken doesn't make bedroom eyes at me, I will throw my controller at the screen. Exactly, right? Yeah. If I'm not getting bedroom eyes from a Pokemon just evolved, it's going back to the box. She talked about it before it was cool. She talked about it before it was cool. I love it.
Yeah.
She's printed it. I love it. Alright, so next question. You are a goblin, right? You are a goblin.
Yes.
And there's and we just learned there's 288 goblins out there.
Yes.
So what do you bring to the VTuber community that helps you stand out from all the rest of the goblins?
I guess for me, I think Calyx, actually one of my chatters, was a person that said I bring the fucky deluxe. And it's like I toe the line between wholesome and like sus is the best way I can put it. Okay. But I also really like being high energy, wholesome with my community and sharing my passions with my community. There were quite a few things that I did that I personally wanted. Like I was very inspired by the VR. Oh God, my brain just stopped. By Germa, by Germa, and a lot of the the Half-Life is AI kind of things where basically the chat the chat would kind of make the content with the streamer. And so one of the first things I did when I first started streaming was I tried to do a lot of interactive streams that people hadn't done before with the technology. And I really want to actually remake those streams because at the time I was very small. I was just doing them to like see if the concept was there. And I made the first thing I made was a otome game with VTubers. So basically the chat could control like where the storyline went, and I had a bunch of my friends like wait for their like turn basically if chat had picked them, and then they could have a bad ending or a good ending. And most of the time they got the bad ending. They really knew who they were getting. They died a lot.
They died a lot.
They got Casco Amontillado at least 3 times, I think. But that was one of my proof of concepts, and I think now I can really work better on that, and I think I could make it better. Another thing that I did when I became partner, one of the first things I did was I wanted to try this new thing. I had an idea based on some of the HoloLivers do it, where basically they pretend they're in a host club, right? And then when people donate money, different VTubers will do different situations. So I wanted to do that as my first stream as a partner, but I wanted it for a charity. So I picked a charity, Games for Love, which gives video games to kids who are in hospitals. Because as I said before, that's a big thing that I personally, as a kid that was like that, needed that in my life. And that's why gaming is so important to me. So I chose it. And basically what they did is the chat would be able to unlock depending on how much they donated, like all the tiers of like the goals they hit. And basically they would unlock their favorite VTubers and have a mini game that they could play with each of the VTubers that were locked in those tiers. And so I did that, and actually we raised $7,000 by doing it. And it was, I think it was a 6-hour stream. So it was not like we made a lot for a charity that we were only doing one stream. And I think when I go out to like have a subathon or have a charity event or have an event, I like to give back just as much as the chat is giving me. And so far the chat, and I was small. I think I had just hit 1,000 or like I was very small when I hit partner, and when I was doing this, I think was I 2K at that point? I barely 2K, and I had made over 7,000 for a charity that I really love. And so when I say that my community gives more than most people, they usually give because I like to give. We both kind of put together and push each other to put more in, and I think that's what my community stands out as. And then I found other people that liked to do the same thing, that liked to do things, and that's why I have the friends that I do now, that when I collab with them or when I help them make make an event, or they help me make an event, it's usually because we want to put in just as much into the event as the chat's going to. So it's very important. That, I guess the best way to say is like bang for their buck, but that's not it's like I want them to get an experience for their money. If they're going to support me in such a way to keep me doing this full time, then I want to make sure that I'm putting just as much in it for them.
Yep, I love it. That's actually really, really good. Actually, the cool thing about that statement, while you stretch and get some water, because that was a lot. That was a lot. That was good. That was good. All right, let's get some drink. Get a little sippy cup. You got it. You got it. But no. Yes, that's the cool thing about being a streamer with a community, because the streamer reflects the community and the community reflects the streamer. So if a streamer wants to be a certain way and wants a community to be a certain way, they have to themselves reflect that. And that means that they need to make sure that if a person comes into the community, that person needs to also represent that kind of style of things, of giving, loving, and caring kind of situation. A lot of times, they are afraid of getting new people to join in the community from different outside sources because they're afraid that they're not going to be as welcome or have the same values of the already existing community. But as long as you are pretty stern on the way you have your values are as a streamer, then you will just have that as your reflection. I think the one thing that happens is that some people get so like happy about all the new people that comes in the stream that they want to please every single person. But that is not always the best idea, because when you try and please every single person, you're gonna make everyone pissed off. Because you can't please every single one. So the best thing to do is to stay with your values and stay true to yourself, and people will follow. And look at you. doing a freaking amazing job getting amazing communities to come and want to support others and support each other. And that is a really hard thing to like cultivate for a
Yeah.
community, and you guys did a great job with it. So very
Yeah,
happy.
that-
You guys all deserve a round of applause on that one, definitely.
Thank
100%,
you. Thank
very
you very
good.
much.
Of course, of course. Like it's really difficult to do because a lot of times whenever I see communities, they usually are very like charitable, but only really with the streamer themselves,
Mhm.
which is totally fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But to see
Yeah.
them actually do like charity events where they support the charity as well
Mhm.
as supporting each other, that's actually really
Yeah.
impressive. I like that. That's really good.
I really love that, like when I go onto my friends' streams and they're raising money, or if I'm like I know that this is a good cause and I tell them about the cause and why my friend needs it or why the community needs it, and then I go onto their streams, I see my chat show up. I see them go to other people, and it's like my community and my friends' communities kind of are intermingled. You know, like there's a lot of people that watch them too, but I get to see that, like, hey, I see them there and I know that they're going to support my friends because they like my friends too, and they know that that money is going towards putting more effort into the content that we make. And I think that my friends are all people that also put 110% into their streams and also give back to the community the best way they can and are pillars of this section of their community. So I personally think that that's important, and they trust me to know that my friends are good and to know that this is going to a good cause and that they're following those people and also putting effort into it. So I like it. I like seeing that, like when I support someone, it means something to people, and that's very important to me as well.
No, I love it. I think that's really cool. I love the fact that like this is something you created and people reflect off that. And also the community also helps shape the streamer as well to stay with certain values, which I also think is really cool too. I like that. I like that.
Yeah. Mhm.
Very cool. Oh, Trick, you have to give Gobbly a little break after an hour. She needs her stretch.
I have been doing that. Yes, I did stretch. I took my water
Stretch,
and I got up for a
stretch.
second. You can't tell that I'm standing up, but I'm standing up right now.
Well, everyone, stand up right now. We're going to all do a stretch right now. Guys, all get ready for a stretch.
There we go. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I've been putting those into stream because I recently, I say recently, but it's a few months ago. So now it's about 4 months. I had surgery,
Yeah.
and so one of my I'm still seeing physical therapy for it. And one of the things they asked is like, hey, do you sit a lot? What is your job? And I explained it to my physical therapist, and they're like, okay, every hour you should try to get up, even for a few minutes, just to rest. And that's always like that's just good advice for everybody.
Oh yeah.
But because I'm in recovery still, like for a full year, they're like, no, I think you should do this. So I actually built it in with my ad breaks because I was trying to figure out a good way for everyone to have ads like at the same time, so that way no one was missing anything. So I purposely say, hey, you're not going to miss anything. I'm getting up. I'm going to the bathroom. I'm getting water. No one's missing anything. So that way everybody takes a break at the same time, and it helps shape my new streams. Basically every hour we take a 5-minute break. So it's very nice. It's very
I like
nice
it.
now.
I like it. That's really good. This is really good. It's healthy, and also people like now expect it, so they know what to do. Kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, it's our time. Time to go do something. You know. And I think that's actually really good because I don't know if anyone else thought of this in your stream community, but like I feel like that's also a good way to be productive, because I've sat in front of streams where like I need to do something and I don't because I've been watching the stream the whole time, and then I don't get something done. But to know that like at the end I have a 5-minute break, like, oh cool, 5 minutes, I can actually like finish something I was supposed to be doing the whole time because I can't watch this anyway. So I hope that like that's people think of that. People like see that and do something productive. I really hope so.
It's nice. It's nice so far. Everyone's been very kind about it, because you know when you see ads, it's very hard for people to be like, oh man, there's ads again, I'm gonna miss something, or like I bet something's happening with the streamer that I'm missing. And that's like the biggest thing, and it is something that's baked into Twitch. There is no way for us to change it. It's just to make it as best with our community. So some people have them in the beginning, but then pre-rolls that they have to watch ads before they come in. You know, that it's something that we just have to work on as a community and be honest with. So I try my best to talk to my community and be like, hey, this is what's gonna happen. Let's see if we like it. And if the chat is like, hey, I didn't feel it, or I'll adjust. Oh shit, fuck. Sorry.
Are you okay? You died for a second over there.
Yeah, it happens sometimes.
Sometimes I don't know if that's good for you. You sure that surgery went very well for you? Are you sure? Some things might have changed. It might have left a few things out. I'm just saying.
When I lose tracking or I put my hands in front of my face, that happens.
Okay, just make sure. Just literally middle of the talk, and then all of a sudden, just dead, just straight up. Like, okay, good. Just want to make sure, you know.
No, we're good. We're good. I promise. I promise. I swear, Z's. I swear, Z's.
That'll be the first time my guests have died on stream, so I just want to make sure.
Good point. Good point.
That would be a first, definitely.
Yeah. But yes, it definitely, being honest with your stream, trying to see what works best for your stream, and I know it's, for me, they're very encouraging of me taking my health seriously, and that was like the big thing that I had to learn with my community, is because one of the big things that a lot of streamers worry about is like leaving, and coming back, taking time for yourself, and my community has gone out of their way to tell me, hey, if you're this tired or in this much pain, you need to go take care of yourself. And that's actually how I found out I even needed surgery, is because I was in pain streaming. And I was just like, hey guys, I'm gonna have to stop streaming a little early today. I'm not feeling well. And they were like, are you okay? Like, have you seen a doctor? And I was like, I'm in line for like 2 doctors, but they haven't gotten back to me. And they're like, why don't you try like an emergency thing? It's starting to get bad. And we'll be here when you get back.
Wow.
And so far, I have taken no less than 3 emergency hiatuses for my health in the past 3 years. Like, I have taken months off of streaming, and every time I come back, these people have come back with me.
That's
and
so cool.
Brought new communities with me. And so I've only grown more when I take time for myself, and everyone's like, oh, thank God, she's going to be so much better when she comes back, because when I come back, I try to be better. I try to be even more, and they're very much a big proponent for my health, and I wouldn't be able to sit here and be here with you guys if I had let it go any longer, you know? So it's actually even better that my chat is so supportive and make sure to say, hey, no, we're gonna be here when you get back. You go take care of you.
I love that. That is so sweet and so caring. I think that's so inspirational too. I think that's so good. Your chat, in a way, saved your life, because they were like, hey, you probably should go check this out. And because you went and checked it out, you got your surgery done that you really needed. Just imagine what would happen if your community kind of just like, well, she's fine, you know? Wonder where would you be right now?
No, exactly. I would have just kept waiting and waiting and waiting. And I was just like, you know what? You're right. I'm not going to stream. I'm going to call a bunch more places and see if I can get it done today, you know? And I was like, sorry, chat. I'm going to take like a medical hiatus to figure out what's going on, because it started with a pain that I couldn't explain, and it kept getting worse and worse and worse. And it was when I was sitting up. So I actually had to be in a wheelchair for 3 months. And during that time, I couldn't stream at all. And during that time, I would just keep them updated, telling them what was going on. And I had just debuted my new model, so of course I was even more upset that I had just debuted, and then I was in super pain. And right during the holidays, when it's one of my favorite times to like make content, like during the holidays, I love doing a kazoozicle, which I haven't been able to do the past few years because of medical problems. And both times chat was like, hey, if you need to take time, we'll be here. And they have proven to me time and time again that they will be there for me. And that's I don't have words for how that means to me, and how that's changed me as a person and as a streamer.
You guys are freaking amazing. I love that. It's so adorable. Like, you can tell she's a little tearing up right now. You guys, you can tell. I can tell 100%. Aw, you guys get a nice round of applause. Like, you guys are freaking amazing. You guys are awesome. Look at you doing with this little goblin little here. Aw, he's so awesome. Aw, you guys definitely deserve this lovely one over here. Definitely love the equal like trade-off that you guys give to each other. It seems like a very phenomenal relationship. I love you. I love seeing it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so adorable. It's so great. It's so sweet. Oh, I love it. I stopped following. So I love it. I just started to follow you then, and then just waited when you would come back. Oh.
Yeah.
See that means a lot to a streamer. Like that means a lot.
So
like you'd be surprised. Like some people like will like literally kill themselves for like the fear of like losing communities that they really like, you know. But to know that you are just as supporting of like them to take mental breaks and go check up on themselves is really rare. So you guys are a
Yeah.
rare breed. I've
Yeah.
interviewed a lot of VTubers. Like, keep in
Yeah.
mind, I've been doing this for over 3 years, interviewing 1, 2, or even 3 VTubers every single week for those 3 years. And you guys are the one most sweetest communities I've ever seen. So definitely deserve a round of
Yeah.
applause. That's so
Yeah.
nice. That's so nice.
They're very sweet. They really support me, and like and it's true. A lot of people will burn out without taking a single break,
True,
and
true.
that's how like content dies. That's how creativity dies, in my opinion. And
Burnout.
burnout, that's just what happens. Is if you do what you love every day, pushing, and don't take a break for yourself, you're not. And I have quite a few things, like I have a few boundaries in place with my community that they know right now. Like I don't have a full Discord where they can talk or anything like that. I only have a ping Discord. I have a Discord, but they know that I'm not going to respond all the time. They know that when I'm offline, I'm taking time for me, so that way I can kind of separate like what I'm doing on stream, and so I don't burn out in between. And it's that kind of relationship that I can cultivate. It's like, hey, you're going to see me these times of the week. I only am able to do a little bit because of my health, but if you're supporting me in that way, I promise you that those 3 days are going to mean something. And that's really important to me, and really important to my community. So I try to give them just as much heart as they give me back.
And I love that. I love that game. It's good. I love this relationship. It's very good. Cool. Hey, wipe those tears off your eyes. We got some more sussy questions.
Get him out of my head. Get him out of here.
You're good. You're good. I love it. I love it. But now let's get into some sussiness. We got. This looks like we have Shamoosh and Will with some spins. So go for it.
Yes, please.
I don't want to get like what you guys said out of the context. You guys are freaking amazing. Deserves all the love. I love hearing this.
Please.
It's very good. It's very good. Now,
Okay,
here's a sus question for you that's perfect for the community. Do you have ideal dates? Perfect transition, right? Perfect transition.
Very nice. Good day.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very much I'm a person that you know how they say like
people in chat is like writing this down. It's like,
writing it down. Tell me more. Tell me more about your likes, Goblin.
Goblin.
Yes. But yes, 100%. I'm definitely you're gonna woo me through my stomach.
Oh.
So if you wanna cook me a meal or take me out to your favorite restaurant, or if you want to show me your favorite video game and we sit on the couch and watch your favorite movie, or maybe we both pick a movie that's our favorite and then talk about why afterward, that could be fun. Let's see. I like walking around too. I'm also a big hiking person. So I like walking around in nature and things like that. So I like talking about our interests while walking around. So a little bit of everything. Like if you're going to spend the whole day with me, you better be getting good food. I'm just saying, we better be getting real good food.
I know, right? No McDonald's nuggies for this one. We need to get some pizza. Get some pizza, you know.
Yeah, some pizza. One of them can be pizza, but they can't all be McDonald's, okay?
Can't be all McDonald's. Every now and then, but not every time.
No, it doesn't have to be very expensive or anything like that. If there's a reason why you like your favorite, Italian place that makes cheesesteaks, I'm there. It doesn't have to be a high-end meal or anything. It just can't be McDonald's, which is now more expensive than half the restaurants anyway. So why would you take me to fucking McDonald's? The Big Mac's $12. Are you kidding me?
Why?
I get a cheesesteak for that.
The whole point of fast food is for cheap and fast service. They're not cheap and they're not fast.
Look at all. There's some states that you can get like a whole ass meal for less than that. No way.
Yeah,
no
freaking
way.
G's. Like that's why I love. Okay, so I fell in love with this new store that was not in my hometown, now in my new town, and it's so great. It's called Salad & Go. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but Salad & Go is literally $7 for a giant plate of salad with like meat and stuff like that, and you can have it wrapped up in a tortilla for 0 extra cost, and it's just so filling and so good. It's just $7. Like, come on.
That's $7. You can't beat that fucking price.
Yeah,
what are you
right?
talking about? Like a salad?
A salad.
In this economy?
Right? Salad and chicken? Oh my god.
No, absolutely. Right now, anything healthy is 10 times the price of anything that isn't. So yeah, you're getting yourself a steal right there.
Yeah,
Damn.
so I'm kind of worried to tell you guys about this hidden place called Salad and Go, but like if you guys haven't tried it, definitely. It's super cheap and like they're really fun. It's not sponsored. I wish I was, but I'm not sponsored.
You hear that, Salad Go?
Salad Go sponsorship. Just saying. I'll eat your salad on stream. I will eat your salad on stream.
Yeah, same.
Yep.
Send me salad, I'll eat it.
I'll eat all the salad.
On this stream.
On this stream right now. We will Uber it right now. I will Uber it right now. I have someone literally named like Salad Go employee. Oh yeah, here you go.
Here you go. Oh. Thank you. Oh my god.
Ayo. I love it. Hey, so that date question was sponsored by Smoosh. Salad Go as well. Salad Go also. Smoosh is actually wanted that sussy question, so we got you a nice one. Will, who's an amazing person from my community, would like to ask you another question. And yes, this is a little goblin.
Yes, I am. Got a little GOBBLYN right there.
A GOBBLYN. This one is also sponsored by Salad Go. Everything's sponsored by Salad Go, obviously. Okay, so next question, and this is a basic question. This is nice. Not all questions are crazy, awesome, but here's a nice one. Are you a cat person or a dog person?
I'm a dog person. I'm such a dog person.
Such a dog person. She's such a dog person. Look at her.
I'm a dog. I have a dog. Her stage name, as I call it, because I said if I'm a streamer, she also gets a streamer name, so I call her Cerberus.
Cerberus. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she's an Italian Greyhound mix. Actually, yeah, that emote right there is Cerberus.
Oh, that's Cerberus. I love it. He's like, hear me roar.
Yeah. She's just a little, like, she's an Italian Greyhound mixed with a Beagle. So she got big floppy ears. They made that one actually.
The pog one, the little pog one.
Yeah, the pog one. But that's so I've definitely been called, when I was a kid, I was definitely more of a dog girl than a cat girl. Definitely. I loved dogs. I knew all the breeds. I was like, one day I'm gonna have my own, like, a Pokemon, like cats to me are not Pokemon, like they're not Digimon or Pokemon or anything like that. A dog is like a Pokemon where you do tricks, like, I walk from room to room and she follows me, like, that's what I want. And yeah, that's what I got with Cerberus. Cerberus is just my little, right now she's actually laying in her hot dog bed that chat made for her.
Nice.
For her.
Aww.
And she's got like a hot dog bed where she's just laying down, being a little stinker. So
being a little stinker. Oh, it's good.
Dog coded affectionate.
Goblin coded affectionate. Yes, it's 100% dog coded. I love it.
Yeah, I had to have a tail because I get so excited.
I feel like she needs to have like a little collar on with a bell on it, and she would go over.
Just ding, 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 ding.
I can see this. No worries. I love how you say that your dog is like a Pokemon, because if it was more humanoid, you probably wouldn't like it as much, right?
Oh no!
I'm just saying.
If it was more humanoid, it wouldn't be my best friend. It would be literally my best friend. Like, it wouldn't be a dog's best friend is a man kind of situation. It would just be a person.
Exactly. Write it down. Will, you missed out too much. And also, the reason why the studio is in the desert is because that's where I live. I live in the desert where it's like 110 degrees out right now.
Oh my god. Well, I hope you have a lot of fans and things in there.
I have AC, so that saves me a lot. That saves a lot.
Oh, good.
Chip it and ship it. I love it. I hope that we're getting a lot of clips from this stream, because you will have to answer a lot of these in court of law after this miss. I can see your Discord right now, like corner session. So what is going on with this topic right here?
What's going on here? Yeah,
nothing wrong with it. Nothing
don't bring this up later. What happens on this stream stays in the stream, right? Right, chat?
Yeah. It's what happens on Tricko's stream stays in Tricko's stream. Never.
Yeah. See, we're in the desert. It makes sense, right?
It makes sense. Yeah. I'll let you
Oh.
know with the IPs getting our taxes. Okay, let them know. Oh,
Okay.
Okay, barely need to give all my information they don't already have. They have all my information already, so I don't know. That's for the man with that dog in him. That dog in him.
Get that dog in him.
Get that dog in him. I just like saying that word, just the dog.
Get that dog in him.
Lips sealed. Alright, so now we have another. Oh, wait, no, the cat dog was actually
The second
Will's.
spin.
Okay, cool. So now
yes, we're good.
You guys are super talkative and really amazing, but I have to keep up with chat. Like I have to keep up with you guys. So if I do miss one, just let me know. I apologize.
There's a new one.
Nope. Well, there you go. Kuro, we got one from you. Okay, so we'll do one more. Then we'll move on.
Do one more. That's
This
fine.
international rat is starting a knot off, but we need more spins. More spins. Are we gonna get through all the questions on the spins this stream? Oh, it's been a while since you've done that. Yeah, it's been a while since you've done this. Now, here's a very controversial question, guys. Another clippable moment, too. What is your opinion on the whole topic of, is a taco a sandwich?
Oh no, that's. I've had this question. On chat, and then it was heated, and it was debated because if a taco is a sandwich, then a hot dog is a sandwich.
That's actually another question on here, actually.
Yeah.
Because we want to talk about this. We want to talk about this.
See, we're already answering two for one sale.
Yeah, I'm stirring this pod right now. We're getting controversial.
If a taco is a sandwich, then a hot dog is a sandwich. Do I think a taco is a sandwich? I think a taco is closer to a sandwich than a hot dog, depending on what you put on it. Because if you're doing a taco, it has salad, it has like the lettuce, it has tomato, it has meat, right? But then it has like a sauce on top sometimes, right? So that could be a sandwich, right? But it's being held, you bite it, it's handheld, like a sandwich would be, right? But hot dogs, sometimes you just put mustard on it. Just put mustard on it. Some people just put mustard on it. And yeah, some people just have a patty in between bread, but that's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same. I wouldn't even say that's a sandwich. That's just bread and meat. Bread and meat. So I think a taco is closer to a sandwich than a hot dog is, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see it. So for what people have talked about, and I love the rats are going crazy today. The rats are going crazy in chat.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I gave them too much power with that.
Yeah. You guys like the spins gave me so much power. I didn't realize you guys will have this much power.
Oh my god! I just started learning how to animate emotes, and I made those, and so I started with the one that actually is going 1,000 miles per hour, and then I started doing the jumpy ones, and they love it. I didn't realize how much they would like it, but they love it.
Yes, they love the spins. I love it. They're great. They're great. All right. I'm really curious of seeing like your year recap and which one's more popular, the crazy spin or the jumping one. Yeah. So we're gonna find out.
We'll see.
Chat. That's gonna be a challenge for you guys. Which one's gonna be more popular, the spinny rat or the jumping rat? That's gonna be.
That's up to you.
I want to see that as a poll at the end. I want to see that poll.
Yeah. Who? Well, they always give you that snapshot at the end, right? The little snapshot on which one is being used. So definitely keep it up, chat. Keep it up.
Yep, we're gonna find out. That's gonna be a really good poll. Going back to what we were saying before. Pretty much what I was told by a lot of people who have gotten that question before is that sandwich is 2 pieces of separate bread with some kind of meat substance in the middle. So like a taco is not a sandwich because it's one thing.
One thing.
A hot dog is also not a sandwich because it's a bun with a hot dog in it, and some people just don't even have the bun. It's just the hot dog. It's just the
so
wiener.
Would you call a taco a wrap then?
Well, yeah. See, I could see them as a wrap, kind of situation.
Right.
But here's the other question: a hoagie and a sub sandwich is technically not a sandwich. It's more of a taco.
Yeah, that's true. Then it would be more like a taco.
Right?
Yeah, you gotta stop your shit then. If you can't have one without the other.
Exactly. So that's why this one gets really controversial, because now people are saying that, okay, well, if that's not a sandwich, what is this?
Yeah, what is that? If you're opening up bread and putting meat in it, and you can't just say that. Oh, and some people call it a sub sandwich. They call it a sub sandwich.
Subs are not sandwiches. They are hot dogs.
Yeah, I think it's a very loose interpretation. Or do you put them both in your mouth? Yes.
They are tasty. They are good. I think someone said taco. Doesn't matter what taco is. Taco is delicious, and that's right.
Taco is delicious. Exactly. I guess taco just feels Like it has to have like some kind of spice to it. Like it has to have more spice than a sandwich would, in my opinion. Like, yeah, you can have like a Cajun chicken sandwich, but like it's different. It's different. It hit different.
It hit different. It hit
It
different.
hit different. It just hit different.
I got you. I love these conversations we have. Did you expect this kind of conversation? You'd be like, oh yeah, we're gonna talk about VTubers, we're gonna talk about those kind of stuff, and now we're getting super hardcore debates on like, so if it's a taco, it must be spicy. If it's not spicy enough, it's not a taco.
It's not really a taco,
really
but then there are you can't say that it's just ground meat because then there's chicken tacos.
There's also shrimp tacos. And, like,
there's also shrimp tacos,
exactly.
and then now there's like tofu tacos because then, just in case for those of you out there, you know, that need it. Yeah, there's the what is it, the one that's not chicken. It's not chicken, but it looks like chicken. It like has a thing. It's called chicken, but not chicken. I don't know what it's called. Tempeh?
I know what it's called.
Tempeh?
Tempeh?
Yeah, it's like a meat substitute.
I'm not stinky. We proved that. I'm not stinky.
Not stinky.
No, not stinky. There's context. This is between me and my thick friend over here. Not stinky.
Not stinky. Not stinky. I can approve. I can approve of this message. Not stinky.
She's right there. She can smell me right now.
Yep.
I'm actually, not stinky.
Here.
Oh.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, good.
Oh, I went too far. Sorry.
Yep. She's like, oh, get away. Get away.
Sorry, the not stink propelled me across the room. The not stink.
Not stink. So. See thick. See thick.
Not stinky. Not stinky.
See. Stinky at all. Love it. I love the mathematics. This little like emojis.
Oh, that's a Pawful emote. I love that emote. She does the big sniffer. Her model has like the whole big sniffer. Oh, I love it. I love it.
I love it. That's so good. Chad, do not be fooled. Tricko is stinky. No. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. We're gonna do your spin, but also while we're waiting for a spin, we're also gonna do a hydrate. So we're gonna hydrate. Also.
Oh yes, please.
So this was a deodorant stunk that threw you. What? It's the deodorant. Okay, cool. Spin. I'm not the stinky ones. Thick is the stinky one. He doesn't know yet. I take showers every day. Oh, I actually like this question. This is one of my favorite questions. If you were not a goblin VTuber, if you could have been something else, what other kind of VTuber would you have been?
Oh, that's so hard.
Yeah, because we only know you as the goblin VTuber, and you probably will never ever be anything else other than a goblin VTuber.
That's so true.
But if you could, if you had to become a goblin.
That is a really good question because literally
I love this question.
My first option was, hey, what would you be? And I said, what? I don't know, a GOBBLYN. I don't know. Like as a joke. I said it as a fucking joke, and then that's who I became. So that's a good question. I seen one where I'm like, maybe a frog VTuber. Maybe a frog.
Oh,
I love frogs. Maybe a frog. I'm trying to think of like what I've seen before that I'd be like, I'd really like the aesthetics of that. Yeah, probably a frog. I'm gonna be basic. It's gonna be a frog.
No, I think that's cool. Yeah, no, I think your sussy community might be like, what that tongue do though?
What that tongue do? That's very true. Actually, they'd probably really like. And I would probably, knowing me, I would probably ask that it has a ridiculously long tongue that I play with. You know, like it's just silly. Like I would do that because this model has a tongue that is very like. It
comes out every now and then. I've noticed it come out every now and then.
Like it's very like dangly, and I know that if I had a chance to be like, oh, big licka, I would do it. You know,
yep, 100%. I can see you just like see that Math with you. Math, you have the best emotes, by the way. I love your emotes, but I can see like lick the chat.
Yeah, exactly. I would do that. I would absolutely do that. But I've always been a big fan of frogs. Like frogs, I actually really love. I really loved like My Hero Academia Froppy.
You like Froppy?
I loved her design.
She's cool.
So I was very like that was actually if I had a close second to GOBBLYN, it would be Frog.
I like that. Frog. That's good. And how many people knew that? How many of you guys knew that was one of the choices?
Probably not. Actually, I've never actually thought about it, but I'm pretty sure if it wasn't wasn't Goblin, it would probably be
I
Frog.
want to see a Halloween costume now. A Halloween costume of you as a frog.
Frog.
I want
Me
to see
as
a Halloween
frog.
costume.
That would be cute. Actually.
That'd be cute. That'd be so cute. That'd be so cool. Okay, so next question for you. And this is actually a nice little reward, a sneak peek for you, chat at home. I love doing this for everyone. A little reward for you guys. What is next? What is something you're looking forward to stream for your community later this year?
That is
Do you have
a
any
good
plans? Anything you want to do?
Any plans? I have quite a few ideas for streams that are coming up. There's a lot of games that are coming out that I'm actually really excited about. I started getting into, like, now that I came back and I'm starting to look into a lot of the things I can do as a streamer. One of the things that my friend Moon was actually talking about was like reaching out to indie games to see if like they would like me to play games on my channel and like see how they are, as long as. But I'm a very much of like, hey, I'm going to give you my honest review about it. I'm not going to like try to gussy it up in any way. If I have problems, I'm going to let you know so you can fix it. You know?
Yeah, which is good. But have you noticed that some companies are going out there making content creators sign like NDAs?
Yeah.
Do not
NDAs
talk
and
bad
stuff?
about the game.
Absolutely.
I'm noticing that a lot more often, and I'm like, ooh, they're scared of the voices of gamers.
They are.
They're a lot stronger than it was before. Because back when we did, and sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
No,
but like,
go
but back in our day, if something sucked, like a game sucked, we kind of just like, oh well, shoot, I hope the sequel is good. You know, like, that's all we have to worry
about. What are you gonna do?
But now we actually have a voice, and we can be like, hey, this sucks, and you really shouldn't buy this game, and you should tell everyone not to buy this game. And now it actually hurts companies, and they're like, oh shoot, if we make a terrible game, people are not gonna like it. Oh no.
There's a lot of like, especially with the new games, that I go out of my way to say, hey, I am known for breaking games, not intentionally. I just have that kind of luck where the way I play games, sometimes something will break and I'll have to be like, hey, sorry, I broke this thing. And so I have to be very honest, like, hey, if it breaks, like, is it okay if I talk about it? You know, like it's gonna happen. And they were like, oh my God, yes. Like, so far, all the indie games that I've talked to that were so nice, all of course, because they're indie games, they're actually a lot more like, hey, yeah, I would love for you to tell me this, and I get like a stream key early, and then I'll play it with my community, and then my community will have notes and put those notes into the game, as well as me going, hey, I played it earlier. If you want to look at the VOD, here's the VOD. There were some parts that I broke, and they were like, no, we want testers like you that do that. So thank you, and thank you for sharing it for the community, because now the community is like, hey, this could be good with a few bells and whistles. This could be this. So there's one I played recently called Paper Trail that was really cute.
Oh, okay.
And it was a puzzle game that like basically you fold paper like origami in order to complete the puzzles. And I'm not a puzzle person. Like I'm bad at puzzles, but it was such a cute concept, and I liked the technical aspect of it so much that I wanted to play it. And so I asked them about it. They gave me a code, and they have actually like a hint thing. So even people who like me who are horrible at puzzles was able to continue, and I was really happy about that, and shared that with my community and being like, I really did like the fact that I could continue even though I'm bad at puzzles. You know, it didn't hold your hand. It gave you kind of like an emergency button that you could press and be like, hey, so I'm really lost, and it was able to help me without like talking down to me, I guess is the best way to say it. So I was very happy. There's another game that's coming out. It's called, oh God, Shishingo? Oh God. Wait, I'm not gonna butcher this. Hold on one second. Wait. It's, oh God, Sashingo, and it is learning Japanese with photography.
Oh yeah, I did hear about that.
Yes, yeah, I recently reached out to them, so they came back to me. So I will be debuting that with chat and figuring out stuff with chat. So I'm very excited.
I saw someone stream, and they took a picture of something, and it was hilarious. I can't remember what they took a picture of, but I want you to take a picture of it and just react to it. I can't remember what it was though. It was okay. Yeah. So, I think it's because no one knows the actual word of it, even in English. So so you know those giant like concrete like pillars that's right next to like crosswalks, so that if someone goes out of control, they hit the pillar instead of a person. Do you know
with
the actual name of those things?
No, I guess
So,
not. Like,
take a picture of it when you play the game, and then discuss it with your community, because I don't think anyone knows the actual name of those things. Like, it's a weird
like I
name.
would just call it a crash guard or something.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
would
think
just
I
call it
would
like a pillar. I don't know, it's just something like that.
I
But there's
don't think I would
actually a name for
possibly-
it. There's actually a name for it. So look
That's
out for
so
that.
crazy.
Look out for that.
Oh no, I'm excited. No, like there are games like that. I guess what I'm most excited for is playing games that I've never heard of and all of the new things that are coming out. Because I think one of the best things that happened last year, and I'm pretty sure it was last year, not the year before that. Well, yeah, it's last year. Cult of the Lamb. Cult of the Lamb had an amazing chat interaction that I felt like my community just jived with. They fucking loved it because they not only could they talk in it, but they could give me stuff. They could hinder me, but they could help me. And I used to put that stuff in games for fun. I'd be like, all right, guys, tell me if you vote this way or this way, I'll have to hinder myself. But now it's actually doing it for me. Like it's actually the fucking Baldur's Gate did that where chat could vote as well. And I thought that was really cool because it makes them feel like they're part of it. And for Cult of the Lamb, I did feel like when I got to do the raffles and chat could be in the game and see their name in the game, that this game, like Cult of the Lamb, is going to open the doors for in 2 years or more. We're going to see more Cult of the Lamb types that does do more chat interaction, and I cannot wait for that. I cannot, like, that's what I'm waiting for, because somebody saw that and was inspired to make a video game.
100%.
You know that, and I'm so excited to see it. I'm so excited because it's going to take them 2 years to do it. I'm okay with that. I want to be here when that happens because that's going to be an amazing time for streamers. I think.
That so cool to think about, that gamers are now, like the game developers are now seeing the appeal of that chat interactions with streamers, and streamer culture is becoming the dominant form of media that people are going to. People would rather see you play a game, interact with that same game, than to go out to watch movies. Like, the reason why the movie industry and the TV streaming services are not doing so well is because we're taking away that time that people are spending to, instead of watching those things, to come watch and play games with their favorite streamers. I think that's such a cool thing to think about, because I never even would have thought of that back when I was in high school. I didn't think that was going to be a thing. No one did.
Because streamers, traditionally, you sit there, watch streamer, right? That's the traditional thing. Like back in the day, even when Twitch just started, you would just watch them play. They would interact with chat lightly, but that's it. And even big streamers, they still have that, right? Like where it's very much they're playing a video game, chat's they're watching. But then there are also streamers, especially with new technology, the new VTubers, the new things, where they're using the technology to interact with chat. And so you're not just sitting there watching, you are a part of the stream. You are affecting them in some way. You're actually shaping the streamer and the way they interact with the media that they're dealing with. It's not just you're watching them and body doubling. You're actually involved in their communities and helping them achieve their goals. It's totally different now. And it grows every year with the technology, with everything that comes with it. And I think that's really cool because it's not just sitting there and watching anymore. It is literally like, well, if I tune in at this specific time, I can affect the streamer a little bit. I can share a little bit of myself and they're going to respond to me. It's a give and take, which is totally different than what it was 10 years ago. So it's become much more of an interactive media that a lot of people are taking advantage of. And there are still the old guard that don't, but that's and they have their fans that are into that. But I know a lot of people that are very, very involved in their communities and very involved in making these things happen. And that's very important to them. So it's really interesting to see the different genres, I guess, of streaming, because even people just talking to their community and having a huge art stream, like there's so many different types of streamers. And if you haven't found a streamer right for you, that just means that you haven't found them yet. Like there's gonna be someone that jives with you, and that's even better. I don't know why I keep saying jive.
Like jib jive, and I love that song, jib jive.
That meshes with you, that you're gonna connect with, because there is a streamer out there for you.
Jump jive, that's what it's called. Jump jive. Jump jive. I love that song. Great song. But yeah, no, I agree with it 100%. And I just love that it's starting to become a thing, because that's one of the reasons why we love streams. We love the interactions between the streamer and the community. And that's what makes it very different than most of just like watching a YouTube channel. Like watching a YouTube video is you watching the person play a game. In this case, you are interacting with the game just as much as the streamer is. You are just part of the content as the streamer who's creating the content. And I love seeing it. I have this one streamer friend, and his name is Pac. He's a really awesome person. He's a cat VTuber, but he will never admit it, apparently. I don't know why. He's really cool. But what he does crowd control, which is like while he's playing a game, the chat will actually add things to the game that'll make his game harder, and that's so much fun. I love seeing that kind of stuff, you know, because like you could just be in the middle of like walking in Elden Ring, just like I'm just gonna farm up some runes, stuff that, and Melania will just come out of nowhere and says, "I'm Melania, I will kill you," and like chat, why should you do that? So that was great. I love it. It's so good. So yeah, I really like this. I love to see these kind of games that come out, and I love these Steam codes you go for it, because I think that's also good, because you also helping the developer who has these indie games that doesn't really have that money to make marketing material, and now they're giving it to a streamer who has those people that can show the game off, and now that's a free way of marketing, you know?
Right. Word of mouth is one of the strongest ways of marketing, and it's free. And once you give it to people who are willing to give it a shot, and I'm definitely not like, I'm a very much going to tell people what I like about a game. I'm not gonna like tear it apart to its base like thing. I'm going to be like, hey, I really like these parts of the game. I think these parts need work, but that's my perspective as a person that plays these types of games. I'm sure if you were more of a racer or more of a this type of game, this would be perfect for you, but it's not my cup of tea. So maybe something like that. So I like to very much give my perspective based on my background in games, right? Because I'm a big RPG, or I'm a big hack and slasher. I'm just getting into Souls-like games. So like for me, from my experience, this is what I would learn. And if you're trying to get a community that is not a gamer, then you're going to have to look into these things. And so far, all of the things I've talked about to the indie games that I talked to about what I like and what I would change, they've been very, very receptive and very much like, oh my god, thank you so much for being so honest with us. So and of course I would probably not get that treatment if it was a AAA game, but it's nice to be able to like have that rapport with someone who's trying to make a difference in their own way, and try to show something that they put years into, by the way, to somebody. So it's nice to see their baby and give their baby a shot, you know?
Which is so cool, because like I'm gonna say this multiple times because I'm old, but like back in my day, I can say that now. But back in my day, if you didn't recognize the company that was behind it, you would not give it a chance. Like, unless it was like a really big company, you would be like, oh, I don't want to play that game. But now, indie companies are so loved and so supportive, and I love to see that, because some of my favorite games have becoming from the indie developer, and some of my my old favorite game companies from the AAAs don't even do the same games that I used to love them for. So it's good to see them do these kind of stuff. I love it. I love it. See the support. Love to see the support.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shmoo wants to ask you all the questions today.
Yeah,
so, all the questions.
She's a big fan. You have to sleep. It's probably really late for you, Shmoo. Holy crap!
She must stay awake. She must see all the sus. All the sus. All the sus.
Shmoo, it's probably like 4 a.m. where you at. You gotta go to bed.
Speaking of people having some free time and you having some peace of mind and some quality time, what do you do with that quality time? What do you do for fun?
That's a good question. I also do. All of these have been great questions, by the way. Thank you very much. Very good. I personally read a lot of books because I was a librarian, as I said before. I read a bunch of like fantasy books, manga. I'm big into the villainous isekai manga. I'm so basic. I love them. I have over 200 like bookmarked and webtooned. I'm a big weeb when it comes to that. I watch some anime, but then I am a big gamer even offline. There's quite a few games that I keep for myself, so that way, like for Final Fantasy 14, I have like an alt character that I play with the community, but I also have my main account that I actually I actually played the beta of A Realm Reborn on. So like I've been playing it for close to 10 years now. So it's about 10 years of me playing this game, and so it's too personal to share, I guess, in that way, because this is something so important to me. So I keep that to myself, and I play that when I have time. I have also, what else? I random shit happened to me right before I got sick. I won a Steam Deck in a raffle for my
freaking
birthday.
awesome.
Yeah, and that, thank God I did, because when I couldn't sit up at all after the surgery or even before the surgery, so I was able to play video games on my Steam Deck in bed, and it was very important to my.
It was
I
meant
think
to
I would've been
be.
so
It was meant to
bored.
be.
It was meant to be. It was crazy. It's only 3 a.m. Okay, I'm totally fine.
Yeah, just snooze. Just snooze. Just snooze.
I told you, I was like, it must be like 4. It's 3. All right, I was off by an hour. But
time
like,
zones. Time zones.
I also sometimes do hiking. I like going out and eating in new places. One of my favorite things is to find like a new place on that I haven't been to before and give them a shot. I usually try to give them at least three times I'll go there, and if they fuck up all 3 times, I'm not going back, you know. But that's, I usually try to give them 3 shots.
Very forgiving. Very forgiving.
Yeah, you think, right? I think I would try. You know, it's like, okay, this one's not my favorite, but maybe they'll wow me next time. And then if it's 2 out of 3, then I'm not gonna even give them the 3rd shot. You know, I try to get to 3. If it's 2 bad ones, the 3rd one's not gonna make me feel any better about it. But yeah, I do my best to try new foods, try new things, and then I try to hang out with my friends, but it's hard. A lot of my friends, because I actually last year I had to move, so I'm actually farther away from my friends. So we hang out online more than anything. So a lot of them I do. A lot of the stuff I do is online now. So I'll still be on the computer. I'll just be at a different time.
Makes sense. Makes sense. No, I got you. And you guys like will ever like meet up with each other, like fly out to see each other?
Yeah, and that's I'll try to do that, and like I'll be very disconnected obviously from that, but like during that time. But yeah, usually my one friend lived like across the country from me, and we would try to take at least 1 week to like meet each other every once in a while, so that way we wouldn't lose touch, you know.
That's always good. That's always good. Yeah, don't want to lose touch with your friends. Always try and stay. I like it. I like it. Well, that's really cool. That's really cool. Awesome. I think we did a spin already. So
yes, we did.
Okay, cool. So now we have next question. Next question, and that is, what about games you want to play with your fans? Do you host community days?
Sometimes I do. I actually like play. Not only do I play some games with the community, I've played League of Legends before.
Ooh, okay.
I do want to do a Fortnite day. I'm gonna have to do a Fortnite day every once in a while. I haven't done it in a while. I do like playing like marbles and things where it's more random chance and things like that. I've also played like, there was this one thing called Drawy, where basically I would have to draw, and at the time I'm really bad at fast drawing. I like drawing very slowly with time. So anything like charades or anything where you have to draw fast, I'm very bad at.
Yes.
And so my chat is like, how is that even the word? And then the chat has to kind of guess the word that I'm doing within a time frame is the game. And I haven't done it in a long time. I should really enjoy it, because it's so bad. They're like, that's not a dog. That's not a dog at all. Like, what are you trying to do? That's not a dog.
It's not a dog. It's not a dog. It's not a dog. It's not a dog.
So my chat really likes that and those interactive games like that. So I do those. And I actually have done a few movie nights with them where we watched some the live action One Piece. We did 3 episodes of that. We did Willy's Wonderland, which one of my emotes is just the one
the
one
one
from Willy's, the one thing where I tell them to show their willies and they put out the Willy's Wonderland thing. It's very funny.
Show me the willy. Show me the willy.
Show me the willies, and then they all use the Willy emotes. And then oh god, we also watched what else did we watch? Oh,
is that the Willy?
Yeah, that's the Willy. He's from Willy's Wonderland with Nick Cage. Yeah, Willy's Wonderland.
Oh, I see it. Okay. I was like, what the frick am I looking at?
Yeah,
I realized it's like a weasel, right?
It's like a weasel that's going like, that's looking like like it was like the scary weasel face, and I was like, that's the face. That's the face that needs to be an emote right now. So we put that in there. It's like, show me your Willy. and then go from there.
Oh.
But yeah. We have that, and so far I've been liking the community days where we just kind of chill and like it's their time that's off. Like I actually really like the movie nights because it's kind of like an extra day that they can get with me off stream, I guess.
Nice.
Because I usually don't stream them, one, because Twitch doesn't like that shit, but it also is like a time where I could either chill with a friend and they can talk to me as though it's a stream, but it's definitely I don't have a model, I don't have anything like that, it's just me and my mic, and so they get a little bit more of me and in a more relaxed setting. So less of the face acting I have to do to like enunciate my words and make sure the tracking picks me up, or all of my boops and bobs. It's very easy to set up to just be able to just put the stuff down. And I'm already kind of like a very expressive person. I talk with my hands. I'm very expressive as all. So it
Perfect
goes.
for VTubing. Perfect. For
Yeah.
VTubing.
So I can just put like my blankies on and chill and not worry about it.
It's very comfortable.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, I like these interactions with you and your community. It sounds like you like to reward them for all their amazingness by just chilling with them, hanging out with them. I love that. That's really cool. Remember to stretch out. I'm off to Sleepland. Have fun. Stretch. All the stretch, guys. Stretch.
Stretch it up. Thank you, Shmoo. Have a good night.
You
I'll
have
see
good
you
night.
later. Have a good weekend.
Thank you for meeting you. You're freaking amazing. I will see you in the streams. Mostly going to be Lynn streams. I'll be looking. I'll be coming by and say hi every now and then. Definitely.
Yes, please.
Of course. I remember the stretch. I love it. And Willie's out for the streamers. I don't have that emote. I might have to find that emote and try and give out because I always wanted to show my Willies out. I always want to show it.
Yeah, I always tell them, hey, put your willies out, and there you go. There you go.
Now I can actually finally get to show my Willies to people.
Yeah, exactly. That's perfect. Finally. I know. Twitch doesn't usually let you show your willies, but this is the way. This is the way.
Like I've always wanted to show it, and Twitch was never letting me. I just didn't know what to do. Now I can finally free to do it without Twitch.
Hounding you.
It's hounded me. Crow got a spin. So even though Smooth's is gonna go to Sleepyland Junction, we're going to have the spins going to continue to go. So actually, here's another fun one.
Unknown talent.
Yep. Do you have unknown talent that not many people know about?
Oh, do I have an unknown talent that people don't know about? No, people know about my love of kazooing. It's not really.
Hey, you even told me that. I just met you just a couple of hours ago.
I already told you about it. No, wait. Unknown talent. What's my unknown talent? Things that they don't know about me. Huh. That's a good question. That is a really good question.
That's what I do. That's what I do. Do you have?
I talk a lot about what I'm good at.
Well, like, is it like, are you good at like cooking something specific? Do you have a talent?
It is a stupid hidden talent that I don't think I mention enough, and I should be more proud of. I can make the perfect hard-boiled egg every time.
Oh, wait, huh?
Yeah. Okay. This is
okay.
It's silly. I learned it from a friend. A friend's father was a chef, and my brother's a chef. And my friend's father was talking to me about how to make the perfect eggs in batches, because when you want to cook in batches, it doesn't matter how many eggs. You can do it to any amount of eggs. So what you do is you put the eggs in the pan, fill the water over the egg so it's barely touching above the egg, right? So you can still see a little bit of the egg on top. Then you put it to medium heat, depending on your stove. If it tends to be a little hotter, make it a little less than medium, okay? But if it's one of those ones that are like flat, you might need it to be hotter. Okay, then you just turn it on, and then you put 22 minutes on the clock.
That's it.
You walk away. You don't boil the water first. You don't do anything. You put the eggs in the water, put it on the stove, put the fire on, put 20 minutes on the clock. I like 20 versus 22. I think 22 is a little close to like overboiled, but you can get the perfect eggs after that. I crack them open. They're perfect every time.
Huh. I'm gonna try that. I'm 100 just gonna try that. Cause I don't mind. I've been trying to get into more of like a protein kind of diet lately. So like eggs is really good for me. So each and every morning before I go to work, because my work is very demanding and I have to do a lot of stuff. So like I need to eat something. I used to not have breakfast. I used to never eat breakfast with my old job at GameStop because it's freaking GameStop.
It's freaking GameStop. I understand.
But now my job is more of a career and I have to do more stuff. I have to actually eat in the morning. So I've been having more of an egg like protein morning. So it'd be kind of nice if I'm like running late and I only have 20 minutes. I could probably make something like that.
Even better, you can do them in batches. So I actually had like basically what I do is I like at the beginning of the week, if I'll get either like a carton of eggs, right, and then I'll have like half of these eggs will be boiled and the rest will be for cooking and stuff like that. So I'll put the bunch in the pan, I'll boil them all, put them in a container, and then every morning you have either egg salad, you can have eggs with chili oil on top, you can have literally so many things because your eggs are already done. The eggs are done.
But wouldn't it turn bad? Wouldn't they turn bad after a while?
They can last a week, and if you think you're gonna, if you want them to last even longer after you boil them, you can actually pickle them, which is another thing that's very easy to do. After you hard boil them, you actually if you have like a mason jar or anything like that that's big enough to hold them all, it's really easy. It's like vinegar and a few other like spices. You just heat the mason jar in the oven so it sterilizes it, right? Be extra careful when you pour the liquid in it. Put it in with water with the vinegar, and then just pickle them for a few weeks, and then you have pickled eggs for at least a month after that. You know, so yeah.
You got this down.
I got it down to a science. Well, because I also was a person who didn't eat very much, and when the library job that I had was actually a 2+ hour commute, and so I didn't have a lot of time in the morning to eat breakfast. I never ate breakfast. So one of the things that I perfected after I learned that trick was literally making egg salad sandwiches in the morning, just having an egg on top of rice or on top of oatmeal, on top of like on top of things to have something in my stomach when I was doing a 2.5 hour drive. So it was a big thing, and especially if you need protein in your diet, that's an easy way to do it.
I like it. You just like, because I love cooking. I think cooking is one of my favorite things and favorite hobbies. I don't do it very often, but I love doing it. And now you just gave me this really good idea for an egg like salad sandwich that I really want to try now. So
I love trying different egg salad sandwiches. I've actually tried making I made an Indian style egg salad sandwich with, it's got like cumin and turmeric, and you try to put as much stuff in it. You know, like that's what I try to do, and I experiment until I get the perfection of it. You know, I've tried quite a few ones as a Puerto Rican. I've done a Spanish version with like sofrito in it. So it turns out like a breakfast egg, like a breakfast salad egg. So yeah, there's a lot you can do with them, and kind of vary it up. I like putting tomatoes on top of my egg salad sandwiches. So like I'm a big egg salad sandwich person.
I like it. I just imagine like Chad, you know, it's like, hey, what was your favorite part of the stream? I love it when they were talking about eggs for a good 10 minutes.
Stimulating. So stimulating.
I love it. I just love it because I just realized like afterwards, I was like, oh yeah, we're streaming. But yeah, I was just vibing. I was just learning about cooking on television. It was so much fun. But yeah, send me those recipes. I would love to check them out. Please send me too. That'd be so cool. Okay, cool. Okay, so enough egg talk. Let's get into the real knit and grits on why you guys come to these streams. Because we're going to get into her body now.
Mm-hmm.
And when I mean that, I mean like we'll talk about her model. We'll talk about her model. Just going into that kind of stuff because we never talk about anything sus here on this stream. Never.
Never.
So we already knew you were gonna be a goblin, but what was the thoughts that went into the design of your model?
That's a good question. So last time, all of these are good. I keep saying they're good questions.
They're really good, right?
Fun.
I'm glad. So they actually getting hit by an ad as we speak right now. So I'm actually kind of just holding our conversation.
Wait. Here, I'll just.
It's only 10 more seconds, so it's pretty good. So it's good. But the main thing I want to say is like my questions has been like really like thought out for because I didn't want to make my questions too boring. but I wanted to make it so that like people have that discussions and conversations.
Yeah.
So that I want people to be able to wear those kind of situations. So that's why I like that. I love asking these questions because
No,
all of
they're
them
good.
come up with something. I like it. Thank you.
Uh, well, once everybody's back from the ad break, I don't want to.
It should have
Oh.
ended by now.
Oh, okay, good. I want to make sure.
She's goblin,
so-
gobbling. Yes, she's goblin. She's definitely goblin.
So my first model is actually was just kind of like big hair, because I actually in real life I have a lot of hair. I have thick curly hair. So I put it in a beautiful like side ponytail because I liked ponytails, and I had like this really, it was like pastel punk kind of situation where I like those skirts that like X'd up in a big comfy oversized sweater. So I wanted to take that design, that very comfortable goblin design, and make it more who I've become as not only a streamer, but also as a person. As I changed as a streamer and as a person throughout the times that I've been streaming, I've grown into a different person than when I started. So I kind of felt this disconnect where I wanted her to represent me more, you know? And so I asked my two friends, my friend Yoram Sun and Honey Goblin, if they would do the art and the rigging for it, because I was just like, you guys know my energy, you guys know what I look like, I want this to look more like me, and I want it to be my style. So it definitely reflects more of my personal style, because I've definitely become less pastel pink and more like someone called it highlighter goth or neon goth. That's what I am, where I use a lot of blacks, but I also have bright colors on top of that to accentuate the black as well. So and I always love different like accessories and things like that to kind of show off my personality. Most of the people like a lot of my friends are like, wow, you can really just talk to me off the street. I get a lot of people that just talk to me all the time because of like I'm wearing a earring for a Final Fantasy, or I'm wearing like a really cool necklace of something I like, and usually someone will be like, I really like that necklace, and we'll start a conversation. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, my friends are waiting for me over there, let me go. And that's just the kind of person I am, and that's how I dress. So it's really nice to see that reflected in this model. So the design of this model kind of was like, okay, we want the idea for Gobby 1.0 was very much like I had her being very like reserved, very much not my full personality, because I wasn't sure how much I wanted to share with my community. I was very much influenced by like the Hololivers that kept everyone at a distance, you know. But then as I became a better streamer and my community grew, I wanted them to get to know me as a person through obviously the lens of Gobby. So the idea of this model is to think of the nostalgia and all the things that brought me as a person and a streamer together. So yeah, so I have short hair like her. I have like my personality is bubby, so a lot of my model is very flowy. You can get my emotions through my ears. Like a lot of my
those things have been going all over the place lately.
Yeah,
I gotta say.
yes, yeah, that's exact. I wanted a lot of expression to be shown with my ears, because I want like because I have a lot, and I wanted something like tangible that they could look at. I wear a lot of sports bras, especially when I stream and when I go out, because I don't mind it. I actually like sweatpants, and I like the like ones that are colorful, and I accessorize them. So this is actually an outfit I personally would wear, and I actually made it in my merch shop and bought it so that way I could wear it myself because I liked it so much.
And you should. I love it.
Yeah, so that's exactly how this design is. Just me as a goblin. It's just me as a goblin.
Which is totally good. It's good. Actually, if you'd like to, you can actually show your full model if you want to, and
Yes,
this
I would love to,
little in the middle of the aisle right there. Because I like your
Ooh,
pants. No, it's okay. It's okay.
Oh my god. My pants are my favorite part. That's what I made first.
I like the pants the best. I like the pants.
That was the first thing I made, was these pants. I was so proud of these pants when they were made, that I was like, can I have this design so I can make them in real life? And I bought them, and it's like these warm fleece pants with the drawstrings and everything, the pockets. I did the best I could with what Fourth Wall does, and you can buy the pants, these arcade pants, and then I started making like a bunch of stuff from it. I wear a lot of mesh, so I usually wear like some kind of mesh, like armband or mesh shirt. I still have my
Hands
old
on
punk
my
jewelry that I
keys.
use when I have time.
Oh.
Then it's got homages to a lot of things I like. I'm gonna go over here so you can see it a little bit closer, if you guys don't mind. Hold on.
Oh.
Oh
Oh.
no, that's a gun. I forgot that was there. No, I didn't mean to be packing. I am American, but I didn't mean to be packing. My
True,
bad.
but
My
like,
bad.
okay. I just want to say.
It was a joke to threaten chat. I forgot I was back there. We'll just put that back. Don't worry about it. On my is three franchises that I really love. It's Final Fantasy 14. That's the Jobstone. The Cardcaptor Sakura series is one of my favorite.
Okay.
I think it
That's a
shaped
good.
my
That's a good
entire
one.
personality.
That's a good anime. I love that.
I love that. Like no joke. I saw that as a kid, and I think it shaped my entire personality. And Poogie from Monster Hunter, because I love Poogie. Poogie's one of my
cool.
favorites. Yeah. So like the old flip phone cell phone, you know. So that was definitely like part of my design that I wanted to show like my personality come through, basically.
It definitely shows it. Definitely, I like you wear yourself on your sleeve. That's pretty much what I see it as. You wear yourself on your sleeve, and I love that. That's actually really good. And one of the things I like the most about VTubers is like, as a VTuber, like as just a regular streamer, a lot of times when you jump into a streamer, you don't really know a lot about them at all. You have to like actually sit down and watch it, and some people don't have time to do that. As a streamer, as a VTuber, you actually get to show pretty much exactly what the person likes right off the bat, because that's where the design is. You know, you'll see little aspects on the little tiny nibbits to get really more into it. And that's actually one of the reasons why I decided to do this for my stream, because I wanted to show myself on my sleeve. You know, I want people to see this kind of things so that people can be like, oh, you like Genshin. Oh, you like anime. You know, you like this kind of stuff. So that people can understand it. So I took inspiration from VTubers, and even though I'm not a VTuber, I still love what you guys do. So I like to attribute that to my streams. So I like it.
That's awesome. I love that. Yeah. That's, you want to be able to see who they are within the second. I think this model reflects me so much more than my first one did, and I think a lot of people, as soon as they come in, they'll see me moving, me saying hi, me going up to them and being like, oh, what's up today, and they can see me doing all of these things actively and being more. I think it reflects me more, and they're able to, oh, I'm gonna jump into that stream, I'm going to stay, which is what I've seen. The best part about my re-debut is that a lot of people will see me from a profile and picture and be like, I don't know, you look like you had a lot of energy, and then they were like, oh shit, I wasn't wrong.
Yeah, you have a lot of energy. When you say in your bio that you have a lot of energy, you do have a lot of energy.
I do, yeah. And so, like, people are like, well, you were fucking kidding.
Well, it's probably because you're so cooped up in your room that you need to get some energy and get some work done.
So true. So true.
And also Goblin, I really will say that, like, I want to buy your pants.
Oh well.
I want to buy your pants.
Good news. They recently, Fourth Wall only had one, like the one size fits all, which I didn't think fit as well. So I was telling everybody to size it up just in case, right? True. Now they have a mask version and a femme version that I just put on my shop. Okay, so if you want, just FYI, they are warm. I'm going to have a summer line of it as well. So if you still want the ones that look exactly like mine, they're much warmer for the winter. But I will have a summer line coming out soon as well.
So definitely go for it. I'll have to check it out, because I don't want mine to be stolen like the other Goblin over here, your teenager. I'm sorry about that, but I'll definitely love to get one eventually. I also want to get you sandals. I saw on your Twitter you have some sandals. If you be looking all sad and then someone steps on them, stepping on Goblin's face, it looks like.
So I joked that I was gonna make a lot of cursed merch, and whoever bought them, but I was gonna cater to my community.
You definitely create your community. You want to be stepped on. You want to be stepped on. That's what I said.
I said, all right, fine. Yeah, let's see if anybody wants to step on my face. We'll see what happens. Because I thought it was I thought it would be funny if the pictures that come out of it would be funny. And I was not wrong. The first picture that came out, it was first of my feet and me crying, and them putting their foot right on it. I was like, this is it. This is what I wanted. This is the content that I
Yep,
knew was
this
going
I
to be
knew
great.
this was gonna happen. I knew this was gonna happen. Yep, and you know what? I like it. I like it. I want to buy one myself just to put my foot on it.
Yeah, I was just like, you know, a lot of merch. People are like, oh, I'm gonna get a cup with my waifu on it. Oh, I'm gonna do this. Well, why don't I have some slippers so you can just fucking
step on me. Step on me.
step
You
on
know.
me whenever you want. Yeah, I'd love you to share that. You know,
Yep,
like, and it's and
That'd
they
be
do,
great.
and they do, and
They do. They do. I love it. I love it. See, that's smart. That's smart. Because everyone talks about like, oh, I want to be stepped on, but no one talks about how they want to be stepped on by the community either. Like,
Yeah,
this is
exactly.
Smart. It's so smart marketing. You got the marketing down perfectly. Perfect.
Yeah, everyone says they want to be stepped on, but they don't give the community the ability to legitimately step on them. So there you go. Now you have.
There you go.
You can step on your favorite streamer at any time.
I need to let all my streamer friends know that, like, hey guys, you know what would really be good for your merch deal? Pictures of your face on slippers.
Your face on slippers. Why haven't you done this before? I think
this is
right.
Free money. Free money.
Free money. You're throwing out the window. Why aren't you putting them on your feet?
Everyone should be doing that. Everyone should be doing that. Everyone should do it. Let's get a trend. Let's get a Twitter trend going on right now.
I want curse merch trend.
Face the step on me community trend. I want to see this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is where it's gonna start. Yeah.
Right here. Everyone has a mug with their waifu on it. There's only one place you can get flip flops like these.
So true. So true. And I like doing shit like that with my community where we're like, all right, if I put it up there, it's up to you. All right. I'm going to put it because it doesn't hurt me to make it, you know, it's one of those things where thankfully Fourth Wall is very cool about whatever designs you want. You can just put it up there. And if nobody gets I can make it limited. So if nobody does get it after a year, I can just take it off. It's not a big deal. Yeah. So I can make experimental designs. And if they don't sell, they don't sell. But this one I put up there and 3 sold within the first week. And I was just laughing because it's like, well, I can't just take them down now, guys. You've already proven.
You guys bought them. You guys want them.
You bought them. You fucking bought them. What am I supposed to say? Oh, well, that was worthless. No. If anything, it was so funny, and I got funny posts out of it afterward. Like, if anything, we made content together. Thank you.
It was great. It was the perfect decision. I love it. Alright. So speaking of your design a little bit more, let's get into something I always love to ask, because every VTuber has loved that model. That model is great and it means a lot to them. But there's little parts of the design they like more than the other. So what is your favorite part about your own design?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm going to say my ears, number 1. I love my ears. That was the one thing on my old model. It moved lightly, but I was like, no, I want very much them to move with my expressions. I want them to go down and I want them to go up. I want them to really feel like
it looks like it's tied to your eyebrows. Like it's tied.
It is rigged to my eyebrows actually.
Okay.
So that way when my expression goes sad or mad, the ears go down. And then when I'm happy and I'm excited, my ears go up. And then they have a resting pose at the side. And even my tail has a little bit of a life to it, a little bit down there. I didn't want the tail to be that crazy, so it goes back and forth when I'm excited. But a lot of things that I see in the VTuber community is a lot of people forget that this is what you're gonna see. This is what you're gonna see 90% of the time. From my tummy up. That's it. Right?
Just tummy up. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. I'm pretty sure most people are totally cool with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like most of the time, you're going to just see my tummy up. So I want to make sure that the stuff that you see tummy up are going to be the most like eye-catching and most showing of my personality. The other stuff is just icing on the cake. My pants, I fucking love them. My shoes, I fucking love them. My tail, fucking love them. But you're going to see this. You're literally, I'm going to pop up on screen and you're going to see up to my tummy. That's it. That's it.
You know what? So, fair. But hey, you can just be like, hey guys, you got a secret. And you just like slowly show the shoes, like foot reveal, like, oh,
yes,
hey, look at that.
I have steppies redeem because they like that. So I have my little steppies redeem. I also, I also really like, oh God, my brain was like, so one thing that I always thought was fun is, so most people, when they have different like skin tones, especially for goblins, they wouldn't blush red, they would blush blue.
Oh, makes sense.
So So I made it so that way my blush is blue, and my blush actually radiates down to my chest because when you blush, it's not just your face that blushes. So I also blush there.
Oh,
That's
I saw you
a
blushing a
little
couple times
detail.
before, and I noticed that it was
Yeah.
blue. I noticed it was blue, so it makes sense.
Yeah, and so like when I blush, it radiates blue instead
that's cool.
of red. So that was a personal touch that I was like, no, why would I blush red? That's stupid. It doesn't look right.
Who blushes red?
And that, of course, it's a personal touch for whoever wants it. But I was like, no. I want to make sure. So even my old model, right when I made the design, that was something that I wanted, and so I blushed blue then, and I blush blue now, and it's still part of it. So my ears and my blush, very important, and my big old boobies. Yeah, my big old boobies.
Yeah.
I do love my boobies very much so.
Oh yeah. Pasta, who's in my chat, really loved those. Oh yeah, he was getting really ham on that one.
Yeah,
but you know what?
We joke about how jiggly they are, but I was just like,
they're very jiggly. They're very jiggly. I won't deny that. I won't deny that.
Yes, I always talk to Chad about like, hey, one, if you were wearing a sports bra all the time, they would be this jiggly. Most people don't wear sports bras. They wear like the underwire under it, and that's why they're usually less jiggly. But as a person who I hate underwire bras, I like wearing sports bras. I don't care if they're jiggly. I actually don't mind it at all. so for me, I was just like, want them to be jiggly, want go everywhere.
All over. She's breasting boobily. Yes, she's the
everyone's
best.
Like, why are you physicking so hard? I was like, because this is how I am in real life. My boobs breast boobily, okay?
They breast boobily. They very breast boobily.
Yes.
And the girl also likes the tummy. Also likes the tummy.
I do. I have good tummy. I have good tummy as well.
Best tummy.
When I debut my my next model, you will see a tummy. Well, I'm going to be having a swimsuit model coming out soon, and you'll be able to see my lovely little fupa. My lovely little fupa.
Okay. Oh snap! Guys, stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
She has the anime physics in real life. That's how strong she is. That's strong she is.
Yeah, people are. It's so funny because I was like, no, guys. Honey Goblin rigged this because she's seen my booba. Like we've hung out before. She's seen me in a sports bra. She knows how my titties jiggle.
Wow.
You can ask any of the goofballs. They've seen me in real life. They'll be like, no, that's
that's pretty accurate. They do jiggle like that.
That's pretty accurate. They do actually jiggle like that.
Well, hey, that shows that this model is made for you. It's definitely made for you. I love it. She has the anime physics in real life that shows how strong she is. Could 1v1 Goku. Those jiggle physics are pretty powerful. Very powerful.
I'm not Sailor Moon, okay? Sailor Moon could be 1v1 Goku, but not me.
No, not you. What other kind of emotes can you do?
I have so many. I have the star eyes. Ooh. I have the heart eyes.
Oh.
I have obviously the blush. We have the cry, but I also have the big Miyazaki tears. The big old Miyazaki tears.
Oh, not the Miyazaki tears. Oh my god.
Yeah, so big. I have this one where I'm like, chat, you really said that? You really want to step on my face? Okay.
Yeah, okay.
The shocked where my eyes get really small comparatively. Very small. I have cheek puff for when I eat. I also have when I'm like, oh no, I'm getting flustered, so my eyes get all swirly.
I like the swirly. Like they reminds me of Danganronpa, so I always love.
Yeah, the swirly eyes. Yep, definitely. Then I have the kazoo, obviously.
Nope. You can't not go without the kazoo. Must have the kazoo. It goes inside your mouth and you just store it for later.
Yeah,
you're like a squirrel and you just store it in your mouth and cheeks.
And then I'm listening very intently to chat because they usually tell me about their hyperfixations. So I like to have like a little bit of like, oh yeah, tell me more. And I can do one hand or two. And then I have like a low energy wave where I'm like hi or bye. And then my high energy wave is both of them where I say hi.
I like it.
And then as you saw, my sippy cup. And then I have my sippy cup. I love my sippy cup.
Very
And
good,
then
very
I
good.
have,
Let's have.
and then I have my
Oh.
yandere, which is my favorite. Yeah, that one. Where I'm
Oh.
like, oh,
Ah.
Chad, you kept asking me questions that you really liked. Oh, that's so cool of you.
Oh,
Oh my
yeah,
god.
yeah. You want to get to know me more? Why do you want to get to know me more so much? Oh.
Yeah. So that's a lot of my big ones. I also have my I have my foot toggle as well because I didn't ask for this one. This one just came with my model.
The feats have
Right,
been
I can-
revealed. Guys, the feats
Yes,
were revealed.
and I can also do
whoa.
steppies. Oh, sorry.
So-
My
Steps
bad,
on
my
me.
bad.
Oh my god.
Sorry, my bad. I should have taken my shoes off first.
Wait, what? No.
So yeah, that
Whoa,
was.
hi.
Sorry.
Oh,
I'm so
hi.
sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. Oh my god. I pressed too many buttons. I'm sorry. I'll get out of your way.
She sat on my lap. Oh my god.
I did. I'm so sorry. Should have asked permission first.
It's okay.
Obviously.
It's okay. It's fine. Your hair smells lovely, by the way.
Thank you. It's the berry scented. It's the berry scent.
You know what?
Yeah.
I knew it was something like that. I could see from afar, and now I can concur to you guys in chat. Definitely berry scented. Very berry.
There we go.
So if you guys ever wanted to know what she smells like, berries.
Berry scented.
Berries. Definitely wanted to. She's great. Okay, cool, awesome. I like it. Sweet. Hey, next question we have for you is that let's get into your lore and backstory. Do you have a lore backstory, or are you just goblin?
So, funny story. My first stream ever, when I was 1.0, I had come onto stream and someone asked me a question because I had a little bit of a backstory. I was just like, a wizard. I was working as a goblin 2 millennia ago, and a wizard was trying to seal a monster inside of a magic item, but he by mistake grabbed me and he bound me to this magic item. And someone asked, what was the magic item? And my brain, the first thing that came out was a boot. And so it became that one of my models is actually just me in a little boot, is like a chibi in a boot because of that. But I was trapped in a magic item that happened to be a boot for 2,000 years.
Wow.
And then my friend, Mr. Manager, bought it thinking he was going to unleash like a super monster onto the world, but it just was a goblin in a boot. And so in order to pay him back, I had to stream in order to pay my debt.
Yeah, pay your debt back to your manager who put you in the boot.
Yeah, and so my lore for my 2.0 model is that it turns out the boot had magical powers still in it, and so when I hit partner, I was able to unlock that power, and now, I'm able to. I was able to break my contract with Mr. Manager and run away, and I ran away to an abandoned mall with my mall rats, and now I get to stream there with my community that I made by streaming.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's an upgrade. You went from a boot to a mall, a disturbing mall. Like she's moving up in the world. I love it. This is great for her. This is great.
Yeah.
No. I love it. A boot, huh?
Yes. Yeah.
No, I heard a lot of fairy tales when it comes to boots, but I never heard of the one with a goblin. So that's neat.
Right. I wanted something. It was something that I did offhandedly, but my first chatters held on to it. And that was back when I only had 5 viewers. Oh, sorry, Cerberus.
Hello, doggo. Hello.
Yeah, she just sneezed. Hi, baby. Hi.
Oh, hi,
She sneezed at me.
Cerberus.
So cute. So yeah, she so I had so much stuff go. Oh, doesn't that sneeze? You're sneezing up a storm out here. Okay, sorry. But yeah, that was they held on to it, and so I was just like, well, I'm not going to be able to forget this. What are we going to do? And my friend for my birthday, son, actually made me like a boot model that I was using at the time. So I got to use like a boot version of her in the boot, and it was so cute. I loved it so much.
I love that your community helped you like make that model like lore. Kind of sweet.
Yeah.
I like that too. That's really cool.
Yeah, it'll never leave. It'll be part of the community.
She will always be from a boot. From the boot of hard
Yes.
times. Boot of hard times. Love it.
Absolutely.
Wait, so are you ready for some spicy questions?
Yes, please. I would love a spicy question.
Okay, so this is a little spicy for you guys. A little spicy. What's your thoughts on the VTuber community at the moment?
At the moment, I think that the technology has been moving so fast in 3D and in 2D in the VTuber community, and it's always so hard to like catch up with that. And so a lot of people are either like trying to find a model or doing things or trying to join into the community without really liking it or taking the breaks that they need. And you see a lot of people graduating because they just are they're burnt out and they haven't actually like taken the breaks they need to take that. And then they're like, I know I spent all of this money, but it's part, maybe I'll come back one day. And it's like, I really hope that a lot more people will take care of their self-care, which I think of course I'm blessed with a wonderful community that is like that, and it's not that way for everybody, but cultivating the community that will be able to come with you is really important, and taking the care and attention to your body as well so you don't burn out is very important. And I think that's probably my biggest, like, I try to tell my friends to take breaks as much as possible, and I think that is a big thing that I see in the community that I hope that gets better with time, that more people will realize that, like, if they build a really good community, that they can take the breaks they need, especially for their health, because at the end of the day, if you die, you can't be a streamer, can you? You know, like,
it'd be very hard. It'd be very hard.
very hard.
You will have a very hard time setting up a schedule for that one.
Yeah. So that's probably my biggest, like, I see it all the time and I worry very much for a lot of people. But I always hope that one day, like, they'll realize that because that is definitely an anxiety I've had, you know, I've had to talk to my community. That I have a very good experience talking to my community and being as honest as possible. Like when I have financial needs or when I have things, I'm like, hey, chat, I'm going to have to pick up part-time here, or I'm going to have to do stuff here. And if not, there's a goal so I can have my rent done, you know? And when I moved, I also was like, here's my moving day. When Cerberus needed hospital bills, I had that there. It's like, hey, I'm doing stuff on my end, but if you want to see more of me, then there is something that needs to get done. And this is what we're doing. So I've curated that experience with my community. But it doesn't work for everybody, and I understand that. It's hard because you have to curate that from the base. Like, you have to really work hard in the beginning to curate that kind of community, so that way at the end of the day your health comes first.
True. 100%. I like that way of thinking, because you're right, 100%. Not everyone and not every community is like that, so it's good to know that you want to staple that 100%. So I agree. Curating your audience means that they get excited for you to take care of yourself properly, so they don't shun you. You know, I've seen like communities where person says, "Hey, why haven't you streamed enough? You know, why haven't you streamed a lot?" And that's a pretty toxic way to think about it. You know.
Yeah. No, if you have, like, of course, like I said earlier about the ads and about taking breaks and that's the kind of conversation that you have to start with. Don't with your community as its base. It's like, hey, I'm gonna have to take this time for me. I'm gonna have to take more breaks. I'm gonna have to do this. And when you're honest with your community, I think it really comes back to you in kind. You're giving as much as they're taking back, you know? And I think if you put too much of yourself into it, like being like, for me, I can't be online all the time. I just can't, because I only have so much social battery. Like, I've gotten to a point where when I first started streaming, I put so much into it. And I was always in my Discord, and I was always here, that I was like, I can't keep doing this. If I don't separate me as a person from my VTuber person, I'm going to burn out, because there will be it'll be a 24-hour job and not like a job where I get to put the time and effort I want to put into it is. And that's a hard line to put down, because you're worried, like, well, I want to be interactive with my community. I want to do things with my community. And that's wonderful. But you also have to have time for you as a person to exist as a separate entity to your streaming persona. So that way you can basically, one of the things I dealt with right early, I took a big hiatus, probably my second year. It was right before I decided to go for partner. And I actually took a hiatus to see if it was something I wanted to do full time. it was a big choice because I was either going to keep doing part-time jobs or I was going to really put all into Gobby and putting it to my community. And so I talked to my community, told them I was going to go, and if when I come back, I was either going to come back fully or come back as a part-timer. And it took a long time for me to like really digest what I wanted to do and make sure that this was something I wanted to do going forward and put my effort into. But I also had to be honest with myself and what I could put into my streams and into my community. And if I am going to give 100%, I need to pare back my stream. I can't stream every day of the week. I have to stream 3 times a week. And I think that knowing my limits and being able to communicate that to my community has helped me in ways that have made me stronger as a streamer and has made my community stronger for being able to expect that of me, basically.
Yep, I like it a lot. And again, it reflects your community too. So your community supports you because you, right off the bat, said that, hey, this is the thing I need to do. And that just shows communication. Communication is extremely important in every single relationship you ever go into. Friends, family, communities, you just need to communicate with each other. And as long as you guys all are communicating with each other, chat and streamer alike, it's really going to be a really good like relationship in this kind of sense. I like it.
Yeah.
I love Kira over here, the Oshi. Me when streamer is taking needed breaks and vacations to hang out with friends.
Yeah, so true. You have to, and it's important. It's important for the streamer who's making. It's a creative job. It's a creative endeavor. And off stream, I'm also doing a lot of things for the stream and being on all the time, because when I am on stream, I am on. There is a different part of my body that is on. You know, like it's a totally different experience than off stream.
True.
So that takes a lot out of a person. So it's very important to take those breaks and take that time for you as a person. So I'm glad that I'm glad that my community has been so kind and so wonderful in that respect.
Very supportive. I love it. Yeah, because they want you to do well. They want you to do well. They want you to keep on doing well because they are entertained by your content. And so what better way to enjoy the content more is to make sure that they're able to do the content more. And that's usually the best way to do it. Like, very good job. I love it. I wish more people will like you guys, you and communities. I think if more streamers would like you guys, more streamers and more communities would like you guys, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't be as toxic of an environment as the VTuber could be.
Yeah, and it really has to start at the base when you're creating it. Like you said earlier, like there are some VTubers that are afraid to kind of put their foot down and speak out against like people that are like harsh in the vibe is the best way to say it.
Yeah,
but if people are not in your vibe, you're allowing the others to realize that maybe that's not their vibe either, and they'll leave. Yep. You know, you're leave the people that actually want to be there are going to be like, well, that's not a vibe I want to be around. And for me, one of my experiences is like, I can't curate every stream to one person, right? I'm streaming to 100 people a day, you know, when I do that, right? So, but if there's something that makes you uncomfortable, I would like to hear about it. I've had people come reach out, be like, hey, just FYI, I am not comfortable with this thing being said. And I was like, I had no idea. When I see you in chat, I'll make an effort if I see you there. I can't guarantee it will happen if I'm collabing. I can't guarantee that the other chats can do it. But I know that it takes 2 seconds to read that something is making a person uncomfortable and curating that experience. It's like, hey, so there's someone here that's really uncomfortable. I'm going to do a trigger warning about this specific thing before we get started. And they can leave if they want to. I'm going to say 5 minutes and then you can check back in. You know, like it takes 2 seconds. It takes 2 seconds to be able to curate that experience for a person. And it doesn't hurt me. It doesn't hurt anybody to say, hey, maybe we don't talk about that today. And it starts at the base. It starts with the community that you're making. And I think that is the biggest mistake a lot of people make, is that they don't curate it from the roots.
Agreed. And that's what you need to do. You need to make sure you staple that ruling and the standard from the very beginning, so that not only that you have it and you know what to go for, but also the people who already understand it can also hold you accountable for those kind of things.
Exactly.
So that means that when new people come in, they would be like, oh, well, hey, you should do these sexy poses. And it's like, well, that's not what she does. Like, oh, well, I want you to do those sexy poses. And Chad's like, she doesn't do sexy poses. And now
No.
it's like, okay, guys, this is
there's
her.
a line.
Yeah, there's a line, those kind of things.
Yeah, and the chat is usually like my of course my mods are do what they do to be like, hey, be a little cool here. But then I have my chat also be like, hey, chill. You know, like they're able to kind of suss out their own like as well, where they're like, hey, just cool it. And they'll self mod sometimes where I'm like, and I'll be like, wait, guys.
It's okay, you're good.
You're good. It was if a total line, I would have said something. You're good.
I love it.
Yeah, because it becomes this community of people where it's like, today didn't feel like that was the vibe, you know, and they kind of, but I'm thankful that they're willing to put that authentic self out there and be like, hey, no, that would make her uncomfortable because they know a lot about my past. They know certain jokes don't go well for me as well. Like my father passed away from a stroke, and so stroke jokes aren't usually my cup of tea. So a few people will go out of their way to be like, hey, no stroke jokes, you know, like just very, very kind of them. And like I try not like that's probably the hardest one for me to explain, but my chat is usually a very much like, oh, we stay away from those now, you know. And it's good to kind of have those conversations, because that's the kind of conversation you would have with a friend. If a friend hurt you and kept hurting you, you wouldn't just let them keep hurting you. You would have a conversation about it as an adult. Like, hey, maybe you don't say that, it hurts. And they go, oh shit, it hurts you? I don't want to hurt you.
Yeah. And
then you stop and you go, when I'm around you, I'm not going to make that kind of comment. And it's very good, because that's what you want to cultivate that kind of relationship.
True. I like it. Very good, respectful. There's a lot of respect going on there. I like it.
Yes.
The Goblin lifestyle is all about you being your most authentic self, and the people who surround you when you're being the most you can be are the ones you want to keep. True.
Yes.
That should be on a t-shirt.
That should be on a t-shirt. Hold on 1 second. I just kicked my phone cable out. I'm just gonna go fix it real quick. All right. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to kick it. Hold on. Okay.
I didn't know I had a hole down there.
No, sorry. I kicked the connector to the microphone and everything. I fixed it.
Okay, thank you. I was gonna say, like, was there always a hole down there? What happened?
Well, us goblins, we're pretty flexible. We can fit into very tight spaces.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Because I was like, I didn't think she could fit down there. Well, I guess I'm surprised, you know. I learn new things about my office every day. Like, I also had learned that there's no door. I don't have a door.
No door.
It's just a hole.
No door.
It's just a hole. So, my neighbor is a blood cult. I learned that. I did not realize that was the case.
Probably the hard way, yeah.
Very big. And then also there's holes in my ceilings, because a lot of VTubers like to just bust through my ceilings.
Oh, that makes sense, actually. Yeah, some of them just don't fit through doorways anyway, so you're accommodating, if anything.
Like, just a side note, I love the lore that all these different communities all come up with for my stream. Like, this setup,
so cute.
it's so adorable. I love it. It's just like there's a story between the wall. There's a story between like the outside, like all the different people. It's like watching my streams from all those lights in the towers. There's a huge story between the couch. All my community knows that there's a story between the couch. The couch is very important in the stream and the lore. And also, I actually have my own pet. I have a pet who lives and just lurks into my streams, and not many people have noticed.
Oh.
Have you guys noticed them yet?
It lurks in your stream. Is there something in your computer? No? Where? I haven't seen him.
You don't see him? You don't see him?
Oh, over there. Oh, he's over there. Oh my God, I did not notice him the entire time.
Yeah.
The entire time. I was looking around here. I'm looking around there. There he is.
Yeah,
Hi, little guy.
Yeah,
Hi.
He's a really cool guy. He just.
Hi.
Hold on. Yeah.
Oh,
It's a little duck. He's
Just a little
he's
guy.
crackly. He's
No,
just
oh, don't worry. Yeah, he's a lurker. We'll leave him there.
yeah.
Hey, we won't
He's
point
just
you out.
he's
We won't
just
point you out.
yeah. He was from another VTuber community, and he just stays there and just chills. That's all he does.
Oh,
So-
that's so nice. I love that.
Yeah, man. I think I should come back later. Pasta, you okay? You okay? Just don't mention about the couch. We don't mention about the couch. Don't talk about the couch.
What's going on with the couch?
No, nothing. It does not look familiar in any way, shape, or form. You have
Is
not
this-
seen that anywhere.
Is this the casting couch?
Well,
You gotta tell me if this is the casting couch.
it was on sale. It was on sale.
Okay, that
I
makes
couldn't
sense. It's
afford.
just-
You know how expensive this view is for this apartment
Okay.
complex? It's so expensive. I had to
It's a
buy
very
everything
expensive
hand
view.
me down. This was a really expensive setup. So
Please
when
tell me you use
so-
bleach, right?
so I was walking down trying to find a very comfy couch because people
Mhm,
like to sit on
mhm.
couches, everyone said. And I saw this building, and this building had a couch sitting outside, which was this couch right here. So
Right.
I want to be respectful, so I decided to go into this building to ask about the couch. I don't know what the
Mhm.
building was called, but it had giant neon X's in this title. So I didn't know much about it. Oh, it's kisses. Okay, so I was wondering about that because there was a lot of kissing sounds going on inside the building.
Yeah, it's very kissy.
Yeah,
You
very
ever heard of
sloppy
a
too. Very sloppy
ever heard
kisses.
of a love hotel? It's like love. Just so
Oh,
much
what?
love in that hotel.
So much.
Just-
There was a lot of love. That's why I was getting. I was
Yeah.
getting
So this is a
involved.
love couch. It's a beautiful couch.
Yeah.
Filled with love.
Very good.
Bursting with love, you might say.
Bursting, yeah, 100%. And I found out something actually very cool while cleaning up the apartment complex. Apparently, if you put a black light to it, it turns all white. So it
Oh my god.
color changes. Color
Multicolored
changes.
couch?
Multicolored
perfect
couch.
for parties. Perfect for parties.
Perfect, right? I thought everyone would love this. I thought it was owned by a
That's so
wizard.
cool.
It was definitely owned by someone. And you can
Yeah.
definitely say they definitely cast some spells on this casting couch.
They definitely
Yes.
cast a lot of spells on this
Very
couch.
good, very good. There was a lot of spells, a lot of spells. Pasta, I love how you just like crying. Love it, love it. Can I get holy water? Well, we've had the funny thing is that like a lot of VTubers have had their placement on the couch quite a bit. So just say that
Hmm.
a lot of butts have been on this couch.
Oh, good. That's great. Let me just.
Oh wait,
Let me just.
what-
I'll just. I'll
wait,
just.
wait, what are
I'll
you
just rest right here. I'm just resting right here. Just resting. Sleepy time. Oh, beautiful. Thank you. Oh, it's a very comfy couch.
doing?
Actually.
It's very comfy, very comfy. Yeah, yeah.
Very comfy. A little sticky though. Why is it so sticky?
Uh,
Yeah. Why is it such a sticky couch? That's so
So
weird.
I've been trying to get the stickiness out.
It's in
really,
there, huh? It's baked
yeah,
in?
it's kind of baked in.
Oh,
I've been
okay.
trying to. I've been trying to.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
It has a funk to it, but I don't hate it.
Oh,
I don't
that's
hate
good.
it.
That's really good. Yeah. No, it's pretty chill. I'm pretty sure a lot of people like that. I will say this though. You probably want to clean yourself after this.
Oh, I was gonna take a shower anyway. It's probably for the best. Yeah.
Yeah, very hot one. Very hot one.
Very hot, probably with a lot of chemicals. Yeah.
Just
yeah,
play
yeah,
it safe.
be
Just play it safe.
It's
You
just-
know.
you never know. You never know.
Because like I said, I've had a lot of people on my show.
Yeah,
We've had
you don't want to catch anything.
Yeah,
There's
we had
COVID still
werewolves,
out
we had
there, right?
we had cats, we have dogs, we have undead, we have gods, goddesses, we have
Who knows?
necromancers.
There might be
you know.
something could turn me into a werewolf, just stuck
Exactly
in the.
right.
Who knows?
Who
I don't
knows?
wanna
You
turn
might
into a
get
werewolf.
like stung by something. I don't know.
I don't know. It could be a quill or something. I could be a werebee or something. I don't know.
You could be a weregoblin.
Yeah.
Goblin. She could be a
Actually,
weregoblin.
I actually have a model.
Oh, whoa, okay. She's a weregoblin now. Well, I didn't start it, guys. Don't blame me. If she starts changing and she gets sick, it wasn't because of my couch. Promise.
Yeah, you hear that? Not the couch.
Not the couch.
Definitely not the couch. Not the couch.
Let's go ahead, dog. Dino toys. Yeah, there's dino toys in there. If you see anything glowing dark in there, it's totally the dino toys.
So
Totally the
cool,
dino toys.
so cool. All right, I love blacklight stuff. It's like very 90s, very chic, very
Right,
cool.
right.
This couch must be from the 90s. Oh my god.
Whoa, you know what? I'm pretty sure the video that it first came from was also in the
It's
90s,
from
right?
The 90s, yeah. Oh my god, that's
Yeah.
why it looks looks so familiar.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. That
You know,
that
you like
explains
it.
the musty smell. Oh my
Yes,
goodness.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
absolutely.
Yep. I think it's great. I think it's amazing.
Good.
And no, I don't sleep on that couch.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't sleep on the couch. I wouldn't sleep on the couch. People think that like I can afford to sleep on the couch. No. That couch
No,
is for
too
you
expensive.
guys. You guys. I'll sleep in my chair. A
Yeah,
lot less.
yeah.
It has a lot less blacklight action.
Every time there a new VTuber sits on this couch, its price goes up actually.
Right?
So
Like one
yeah.
day I'll sell it, and I'm gonna be like, hey,
Yes.
GOBBLYN was on here, Laura was on here,
There's
we
a
had like the
dragon,
dragons
there
on
was
here,
a
a
slime
slime dragon, we had
You
like a
can sell
bone
it for
dragon.
so much more. It's like an autograph. You're right,
Yeah.
of butts.
It's like, yeah,
this
autographs
is-
butts.
It's beautiful.
Perfect. You guys are all gonna love this couch. This couch is gonna go off on market. See, that's what's gonna happen one day. I'm gonna be really having a hard time paying for something, and one day I'm just going to sell this couch. This is my money. This is my backup plan right there. Backup plan.
So important.
Very, very important. Very important. I like it. See, I love these inside jokes when it comes to like the communities making up like rules and like jokes like this, because that was never my intention. That was never my intention at all. All of a sudden, the first VTuber I've ever had on my show literally like, hey, I love your setup. Is that a casting couch? I'm like, what? I was like, yeah, it looks like a casting couch. I was like, oh no, that's not meant.
I didn't want to say anything. I did think it. And I was just like, nah, it's probably with the aesthetic. And then you were like, we don't talk about the couch. I was like, is this a casting couch?
This is a couch.
Am I
Is this the
adding to
famous one?
price?
Yep.
Am I adding to the price of this establishment?
You
Hell
are. Yes, you
yes.
added to it. Yes, perfect. See, you guys don't know is I'm just renting this part time.
Yeah.
After when I'm not here, other things go on in this
Other
apartment.
things happen.
Other things
Makes
happen.
sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I had to clean up so much stuff when I come and actually use this apartment. It's crazy.
Yeah,
It's
crazy.
It's so crazy.
That's why-
I love it. It's so good. It's good. Back to questions. When you first started streaming compared to now, what have you noticed changed? Like quality wise, performance wise?
So when I started streaming, I said I started on YouTube to see if it was something I liked, and I also did it. I also did it based on HoloLivers that I had seen before, right? So I had, of course, like a personality that I had come up with, and I was just like, she say so. She does not curse. She does not speaketh of the gussy. You know, she doesn't say things like that. No. And so I did go out of my way to say fudge and things like that. And I tried my best, and I did so well because like I said, I've worked with kids before. So when that switch goes on, I know how to turn on the, hey everyone, hi. You know, like the very, hi everybody. Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna talk about gussies and penises or anything like that.
No, never.
And I was very good about it. And then after the first month, I was like, all right, let's see how I feel on Twitch. My first stream on Twitch, I decided, and I did not know this because my chat had said at the time, and I only had like 5 people in there, and they were like, oh, you would really like Monster Prom because I liked Ultimate games. And so here I am, my first stream on Twitch, and I play Monster Prom. And the first thing it says is like, I'm gonna fucking shoot up some drugs.
It's like, oh.
This is Twitch Gobby now. We're fucking.
Yep, we're going for it. We're going for it. We're just going for it. We're ham. And it's all because of Monster Prom.
Yeah, all because of Monster Prom. And it literally, except I didn't say fudge. Yeah, exactly.
Didn't say fudge. Did not say.
But that was it, right? I started trying to be like the mold. I tried to fit the mold of like what I knew a VTuber was, because I didn't really know what I was going to do as a streamer. It was my first time being a streamer. And so as I grew my community, I let more of myself into my model and into my streams, where I got to talk more about what I did, what I did off stream, my health, my dog, my things about my life kind of bled into my streams, and it became part of my streams, where my all the time when I cooked and I ate and I did stuff, I would always ask the number one question I ask every single stream is, what did you eat today? Because I would forget to eat in the mornings. I would always forget. And if I didn't come to stream, eating something, even chat would be like, hey, you didn't take care of yourself today. What the fuck? And I would be like, you're right. You're right. So I would go out of my way to cook so that way I could at the end talk to chat about it, and then chat would be like, yeah, I ate today because I remembered I was going to talk to you today. Like it became more and more of like a give and take. So at first it was the very much streamer, keep everybody at a distance, and even though people don't know what I look like, I'm definitely one of those streamers that I don't show my face. People don't know my real name, they don't know what I look like at all, except my human disguise is what they're going to see soon. but yeah, I have
you shout drop that out of nowhere. Just like, just randomly, like, oh yeah. Also, there's a human disguise.
I'll be. Don't worry about it.
We don't gonna mention that part. Yeah, next week.
But I always kind of had after that, like I was just like, okay, if I'm honest with my stream, I feel like it'll be better. And so when that 1 month on YouTube really showed me that like I wanted to be more me, and that it didn't matter, and more people would kind of like mesh better with my content if they knew who I was as a person through my streams and how my energy was going to come across. Because I am high energy, because I am like the kind of person that is a big nerd, a big weeb. I like talking about the stuff that I love. So when that kind of came out, at the more and more at my stream evolved. So my first streams were actually very, very sanitized, and then when I came to Twitch a month later, it was like, okay, now fuck it, absolutely fuck it, we're going ham. And it kind of changed completely. And from now to then, I guess I'm a lot more free about it. I'm much more honest with my chat. I get to kind of do a lot more things because I know I can do the weird experimental streams. One time I had like a Sonic ASMR stream and a Tony Hawk ASMR stream. Where I had friends and myself play Tony Hawk games and read randomly generated Tony Hawk fan fictions. And
that's a thing.
Yeah, I just did it because I was just like, well, ASMR is an auditory experience, right? So I just have to give you an auditory experience. So what if we did Tony Hawk skater auditory experience, or Sonic the Hedgehog auditory experience, where we read fan fictions as Sonic the Hedgehog about Sonic the Hedgehog. And because I wanted to give them a weird experimental stream. And did people come? Absolutely. Did they care that it was weird? Yes, but it was funny.
It was funny. Like, I would definitely say that would definitely be something I would go in and be like, Tony Hawk fanfiction with Sonic.
With Sonic? What is happening? Yeah.
Who hasn't Sonic has been with? Like, who has not Sonic has been with?
Yeah.
He's been with everyone.
But that's kind of how it started, where I started making weird streams, making weird like situations and things, and being like, hey, let's see if anybody likes it. And they were just like, yeah, sure, whatever. Like,
sure, why not?
Very much like, yeah, I guess. All right, yeah, we can't. What are we gonna say? Oh, streamer. Actually, here's a picture of something that came out of it. I'm gonna send you. This was a thumbnail for one of my VODs, because the Sonic with teeth that came out from the Sonic movie, I had it coming out like to jump scare chat while we were doing the Sonic ASMR.
I love it.
And so it would just come over into the screen and then go out of the screen.
Oh no! That's so creepy.
Yeah. So I had that like come into the stream and come out of the stream as we were doing the Sonic ASMR. It was so silly, but like I don't know. I had fun with it, and Chad had fun with it, and it kind of became like I had like a redeem where they could bring it out called Beck and the Beast every once in a while, where he would just come and stare at the stream. It's like, oh no, Sonic, thank you so much. Go away now. Go away now. And then he'd leave. Like he'd just come out and leave. So it was kind of like this creepy thing. They were like, oh God, Gobby, why did you bring him out? I was like, oh, you're right. Get out of here. Get out of here,
Sonic. Sorry, we don't want you here.
So yeah,
that's great.
So my weird shit was kind of baked in better, I guess. Like I got to do more weird shit. If I came up with a stupid idea, my chat would be like, yeah, fuck it, let's go with it.
Why not? I love it. I love it.
Yeah. So
Well-
that's how I changed.
Well, yeah, you definitely changed from the wholesome, like, oh fudge, we don't want to do that, to literally like Sonic fanfics and like jump scares. Oh my god,
Yeah.
I love the progression. I think it's great. I think it's perfect.
Yeah.
It's
I
very
am
good.
cringe, but I am free.
I am cringe, but I am who I'm meant to be.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. It's okay, Vicky. I hope you feel better today. I hope you feel better.
Hope you feel better.
I hope you feel better.
Always sucks when you're not feeling well.
Yeah, it's not fun. So. But I always like to look around my streams whenever I do this kind of like, if I'm not feeling good, I always like to look at things.
Yeah.
So a couple things we got redeems for. We got spin. We got hydrate.
Yes.
We got
Gotcha.
hydrate. So you got hydrate again. Some more water.
I got it.
And then we also have stretches because not only Viku is actually doing the stretch, which thank you so much, but also it's about to be the 3rd hour, so it's also another stretch.
So I definitely have to get up and stretch. Definitely. Thank you for reminding me. Very important.
Exactly. Thank you, Viku. So everyone stretch. You guys all stretch. We all stretching. No one able to get up from his chair.
That's good. It's good for your back, your sciatica especially. Because
Yes.
that's a big thing
Good
that
posture.
streamers is very important. Oh, okay, good.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
good.
We need a stretch emote. We need a stretch emote.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good idea.
And then also, of course, we have another spin. So let's do another spin for you.
Please.
Boom. I think I pulled something. Just lay down for a little bit. Lay down for a little bit. After you pull something, just lay down. So, okay, so do you, Miss Gamer, have played the most hated game you ever played?
The most hated game I've ever played.
Yeah, you just played it and you just like, I never want to play this game
Despised
again.
it.
I just hate it so much. To give you an example, mine was Getting Over With. Like, Get Over With. I despise that game so much because like I first did it as a joke on a stream, hated it so much, and then I put it as another joke for another stream, which I was not planning on playing it, and of course I spin the wheel and it spawned on it, so I had to play it, and I hated it even more. So now I deleted it from my library, and I'll never ever play it again.
That's a good. I'm very much. There's so many good things about games that I don't hate a lot of them, but there is one game that I do have to play a little bit for my community because they did unlock it, and I just have been dreading it because. But that's not fair. The game has been updated, so it's probably fine now. But when I first played it, Final Fantasy 12, not 11, 12.
Oh.
I hated Final Fantasy 12 because you needed a license to wear a helmet. You needed a license to wear armor. You needed a license before Zodiac Age came out and actually fixed all of those things. When I first played it, I was the type of person to get the Final Fantasy like day of. I was a big, I still am a very big Final Fantasy fan, but now as an adult, I'm like, I can wait a few weeks. But at the time, I got it day one, right? And I would play it. And I remember I got to the desert with Vaughn, and they were like, sorry, you can't put on that helmet. And I was like, why? And they're like, you need to get a license. So you need to do 10 quests to get the license to get to wear the helmet, and you have to pay for it. You also don't have enough money to get the license to pay for the helmet, to put the helmet on. And then you were trying to attack the fucking bosses, and you would die because you didn't have the fucking helmet, but because you didn't have the license, because you didn't have the money, because you didn't have... It was the stupidest thing, and I will never, ever forgive it. And my chat was like, but you haven't given it a shot since. They fixed it. And I was like, no, I fucking... It gave me
Never
so...
go back. Never go back.
It was so... It made me so angry. It made me so angry that I never picked it up again. And I know it's a good story, okay? I've had friends tell me about the story, try to entice me back into it, but it put such a bad taste in my mouth with that one thing that I was so frustrated about that I haven't touched it since. And chat was like, no, please put it as a goal. And they did reach the goal, so I do have to actually give it a chance one day. But the thing about the bureaucratic red tape of it all, where I was like, bullshit, this is why would I need a license to wear a helmet? That's the dumbest piece of...
That is terrible. That's stupid.
And people would always like defend it too, which was also... I was so mad that people would even try to defend that. They were like, well, yeah, if you were a construction worker, you would need a license, to be a construction worker. And I was like, not to wear the fucking helmet. I can put on the fucking helmet. Like, I was... Oh my god.
I can feel your pain. I can feel it. I can feel it from here. You know, I can definitely see the rage. I can definitely feel the rage from here.
Even now, it still bothers me. I know they fixed it. I know they fucking fixed it. But do I still hate them?
You're still gonna see still see the helmet, and you're gonna be like, ooh, man. Ooh. And watch, there's gonna be someone's like, you don't have the license. Like, what? It's like, actually, you don't need the license. It's like, better. And whatever. Oh man, that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
I really hope that all this time they say that it's been updated, but it hasn't. So you play the version that is not updated or something like that, and then you get to that part and they still tell you like, oh, you still have to have the license to wear the helmet.
That would be crazy. I'd oh my god, I'd lose it. I'd fucking lose it.
I could hear you just. I love to see it. I love to see it. Cool. Awesome. Well, hey, while we have 8 minutes to kill, because I'm going to just talk about the fact that you are eating something while you are actually chilling with us.
Sorry, I need a little bit.
Oh, it's totally good. I'm just trying to kill time because people are on an ad right now. So it's
no problem.
What you eating? What you eating?
I have a little bit of spaghetti out here that I forgot existed and I need to eat it.
Oh, yeah, you should eat that spaghetti. Eat the spaghetti.
Yeah, I'm eating a little bit of spaghetti.
Yeah, get the pasta in you. Get the pasta. Cool. Well, now let's get into some really fun questions that you guys probably have. All of them have been fun and amazing, but these are just fun tidbits of information. Like, what kind of gamer stream do we have if we don't ask the most important question of all? What's your favorite video game or video game franchise?
Oh, Final Fantasy, probably.
Yeah, that's an easy one
Final
for you.
Fantasy. That one's a little easier. I love Final Fantasy 14. I love most Final Fantasies. I'm talking about you, 12. But 9 and 10 are probably my favorite Final Fantasies. And 14, obviously, because that one I've been a part of for so long, and it's more of like a community game more than anything. But I would have to say my favorite video game franchise is probably that. My favorite video game, period, would probably be Odin Sphere. I love Odin Sphere. It's an Atlas game, yeah.
Well, I know about that game, and actually I was going to mention that to you when you were talking about it early in the stream, because I know there's a part in Odin Sphere you can actually soft lock yourself on. So apparently there's in the very beginning, if you like decide to like either kill someone or like decide to part with someone, when you get to the end of the game, if that person is not there, the game doesn't continue or something like that.
Yes, yeah, that happens, and then there's also a second soft lock that if you don't do the ending in the right order, you're not going to get the ending properly. You're not going to get the ending, the full ending. So there's another it's bad end. There is a bad end if you don't do like the storylines in the right order at the end, which is insane. But it's a really beautiful story. It is a really beautiful story, and I love the art, and I love the parallax effects that they do with it. So it's good. It's a good game.
That's good. There's actually a game I want to recommend you to play if you like that kind of style of games.
I love that.
I don't know if you've heard of it, but I loved it. I thought it was great because I love pixel art. I like pixel art.
I love pixel art. Yeah.
So have you ever played a game called Live a Live?
I've seen it, but I've never played it.
It's so good.
I saw a bunch of trailers for it, and I was like, "Oh, that's a cool style."
I love the style, I love the characters, I love the story, I love everything about it. It's so good. It's like a top-down like RPG kind of style game. But the cool thing about it is that it's a game where you go into different parts of different time periods, all throughout different genres. Like you go from like the prehistoric, like a dinosaur age, to like the Wild West, to modern day, to futuristic, to space, and do all these things in between. And then
that sounds so cool.
Yeah, and you play as certain characters, and you have different styles, different play styles, and do all those kind of cool little things. And then at the end, all those characters all go into this like isekai fantasy world, and you get to face off against like this crazy demon lord. So it's like a cool thing that you like all come together to like fight the enemy, you know.
Oh, that's
so
really
much fun.
Cool. I actually really like that.
Each story is so good, so well done. I highly recommend you play.
It sounds like something very similar to like Chrono Trigger by going into different like storylines, kind of like at different times of the like that sounds really cool. Oh yeah.
You should play it. You should definitely play it.
I will.
If you stream it, I would love to watch you play.
I will let you know if I do, because that's even better. Like I definitely try to do Switch and PC games, because those are the ones I used to do PS4 as well, but my PS4 broke, so I'm just waiting until I can get a backwards compatible PS5. But that's way in the future, when I'm done all my other things I need to do.
Wait, backwards PS5? You mean like play PS3 games?
No, the PS5 has a, like, if it gets the disc drive, it can be backwards compatible for PS4 ones. Yeah. So I have a lot of PS4 games. I don't really have any PS5s that I'm like really like in love with yet. So I want to make sure that the one I get, if I do get one, has a disc drive. So that way I can
please
play
do. And try to get an older model, because even the newer model like requires you. Like, because it's like disconnected, but it still requires you to be connected to the internet to use it, which defeats the whole purpose of like a disc drive.
Absolutely not. That's so stupid. No, absolutely not.
Like
absolutely not.
Luckily, one of the great days of me working at GameStop, I was able to get a day one PS5, which is really rare. And I still have ever since. And to this day, apparently that is the best one to get.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's still here, still sitting around, still playing all my games, and does everything perfectly. I love it. This is great. I play a lot of PS4 games as well, so like I'm a huge Sony person, so I just love Sony all the kind of stuff.
Big Sony. The only Xbox I really loved was probably the Xbox 360, and like I didn't really care for the first Xbox. Was fine. It just didn't have very many games that I loved. The PS1, the PS2 was my favorite. Then Xbox 360 was my favorite over the PS3, and then the PS4 was my favorite, and then the Switch like took over my whole life. I think I had I love the Switch because the smartest thing that they did was take over the indie market that was on the 360. Why I love the 360 so much. So it kind of like I followed the indie games. And they made a good choice by picking that shit up. So
true. 100%. I agree 100%. And like Nintendo used to be pretty like anal when it comes to their games. It had to be like mostly just Nintendo products. They didn't take any third party. When the Switch came over, they stopped taking a lot of third party and do indie, and made their library a lot bigger, because I think they learned from the fact that the Wii U didn't have any games on there. So there was really no reason to buy it, because there's no games on it. So then when they did the Switch, they learned their mistake.
Yeah, they learned from the 360, and then when the 360 dropped the Xbox dropped the ball, they were like, well, that literally the reason why we didn't do so well is because of our games. If we just outsourced them, we'd be fine. And it's a portable console, so it's perfect.
They combined the portable market with the home market, and stopped putting indie and like third party games onto the system. Killed it. Perfect. It was great. It was awesome. I love it. I still have my Switch. I don't play it as much as I used to, just because I'm an adult. I don't barely have time to play games anymore.
Yeah, it's one of those things where when I get chance, I play either like a specific games that are like my cooldown games, or like my Steam Deck, when I'm off stream, and then that's what I have an excuse for. True.
I agree 100%. I like it. Next question for you. If you could live in any video game world or anime world, what world would you like to live?
Animal Crossing.
That's a really good question. That's a really good answer. A lot of people like to use that one, though. A lot of people like to use it.
If I can pay off my debt with a few shells and a few fish and a few bugs, I would fucking do it in a heartbeat, man. I would live on a little island somewhere with a bunch of animals.
You know what? I would be the same way. I would definitely be the same way. I 100%.
Like, no hesitation, Animal Crossing, man. Like, because one, like,
you can actually own a house.
You own a house. The way that you can buy your house is even better, because he goes, oh yeah, let me put all of the additions on your house, and then you can pay me back installments. No interest, by the way.
Yeah, no interest.
Okay, also get me a few shells and some bugs, and I'll give you all the money you want. Also, you can do turnips every once in a while, and you get some money. Yes, please. Yes, please. Also, my fruit always, every few days, gives me fruit that I can sell. Done.
Yeah, right? Yeah, done. Exactly. I can grow and just give out my fruit. And also, I get random people. It's random furry creatures. That's so cool.
Yeah. personalities. We can cultivate a community. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Like we all live and we work and we eat all of the stuff that we make, and we can make a little farm. Yeah, no,
Yep,
for real.
100%.
People are always like, "Oh, Tom Nook doesn't get like he has such a land odor. Oh, so awful." He doesn't give you interest. He doesn't give you anything. He does the stuff for you first. It's like, okay, yeah, perfect. But how he is so much better than the world we live in right now.
Oh yeah,
I
no,
take it in a
100%.
heartbeat.
Like Tom Nook. Maybe when we were kids growing up, you were like, "Wow, Tom Nook, you're so greedy, so messed up. I can't believe you do that." And now that we're adults and we actually need to buy a house and we're in the market
Yeah.
to buy a house, Tom Nook is like a saint, like for
A
real,
saint.
like
A
100%.
freaking
Goblin got
saint.
it.
I
It's-
wish Tom
I
Nook was
wish, I wish Tom Nook was actually here. No, I would
Yeah.
love to buy. Like, I'll buy all his product
No
if I could
credit
just do
check. Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing. He
It's
just
perfect.
does.
that. Good.
I
It's
want to
perfect.
be able to swim in the sea, pick up a seashell, and be like, "Hey, how much for the seashell?" And someone's like, $50. I say, "Yeah, all right."
50
Like,
bucks.
sick. Absolutely sick.
That's the best economy ever, because that
Yeah.
also like tributes back into the society, and just rotates it. It's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah.
I wish to. Yes, I will sell you the land and immediately build it in suit of your new property, and you can pay me back with bugs and furniture whenever you want. Yes.
Yeah.
Tom Nook
it could
is a
take
saint.
years.
I would love it.
It could take years, but you're gonna do it. And like,
exactly.
cool. All right,
He doesn't
sure.
harp you on you. He's just like, hey, if you
No.
want to get out of this tent,
This is
just
what you
let me
gotta
know.
do.
Just let me know. I literally only bought a Wii U because when moving, I knocked my Wii off off the shelf and broke it. Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. That sucks.
Rip,
That
rip,
sucks.
I
Rip.
literally only bought a Wii U just for Super Smash Brothers. That was the only thing I bought it
Makes sense. Makes
for.
sense.
I love Super Smash. It was one of my favorites. So good. If you could collab with any VTuber out there, no matter how big or small they are, who would you like to collab with?
Oh God. As a Puerto Rican woman, I think I would be remiss to not say Iron Mouse.
You know what? Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of, she's an inspiration, and as a person that has had to deal with a lot of health problems in her life, I have watched her go from a very small community for 2 years to a very large community, and she truly does do a lot of really big charities. She goes out of her way to go to charities and to support not only other people with her condition, but also other streamers that have different conditions. She was actually on a stream for my friend Lala recently, where she was helping raise money for endometriosis, and I think that was really cool of her. She tries her best to support like other Puerto Ricans and other streamers in her community, big or small, depending on like whether or not they're giving to the community back, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that, and her chaos energy and the way she kind of like went from a very similar story where she had a different vibe when she started, and then kind of became the like who she is, this gremlin underneath afterward, where she gets to sing and do what she wants. I think that's really cool and inspirational that a lot of streamers can take away from, where they can be the streamer they want to be, and be more of themselves and see the success of that.
Yep, agree 100%. I think you and IMAS will actually hit off very well. I think you guys both have very chaotic energy, but also very real. I think you guys will do really well. It's actually one of my dreams to get her on my show, and I would love to do that one day. That'd be so great. So great.
Yeah, I think that's important. I think she's that, like, even being on the same stream as her, I was nervous, even though I was not going to even see her in any lobby. I was nervous just to be on the banner with her, and and afterward I was just like, I can't believe I was on a like I was and we raised money. Like I was able to raise money, and it was cool. That's definitely someone that I just be in the same room with would be so cool.
That would be really cool. That'd be really cool. I would like to just like the main thing, if I would ever like meet her in a meet and greet, all I would say is like to her is like, not only that she inspires me, but she inspires so many more people that she would ever know. Because I'm pretty sure she gets billions upon billions of emails saying that like you inspired me, kind of stuff like. But I want to just like reach out to her and just like, hey, I know you already know this kind of thing, but I've interviewed so many so many VTubers who have all said the same thing. So to know that even if you know there's a lot of people
Yeah.
who love you and love the things you do and like are super inspirational by you, just know that there's even more than the people you know, because there's a
So
lot more
many
people more.
Yeah.
So that's all I would ever say to her. Is just because like I think she's definitely like the definition of inspirational.
Yeah, that is exactly it. The literal definition of inspirational, especially in the VTuber space. Her picture is plastered in there.
Oh yeah. When you think of VTuber, there's not a single person that doesn't say, "Wait, who's Iron Mouse?" Like, there's not a
Yeah,
single person out there.
it's very rare to say who is this. It's
Yeah.
very rare in this community unless you're very new to it. Do
Yeah.
you not know? Do you not know?
Do you not know who this Iron Mouse of Satan
Mhm.
in? I love it.
Yeah.
She has to specifically say Satan and not Satan.
Satan. It's not Satan. It's Satan. It's very different. It's very important.
Very important. All right, so now that we're near the end of the interview, the next best question to ask is, what is next? What would you like to do next? What is your goals? What would you like to accomplish in your streaming?
So one of the goals that are more close to fruition is 10K followers, which I am at 7.8 now. I think
Ooh,
it's
look
close
at you.
to 7.8. So we're
so
getting
good.
there. We're getting there. I'm very excited. It was one of those things where I did. You don't really think about 10K, but when I hit 5, I was like, oh no, is this gonna happen? Like I was just like.
Whoa.
Yeah, it starts getting closer, and Calix actually.
By his end. Oh, I want to be there when it happens. I'm gonna be there.
Calix was one of the people that when I hit 1K said, "Well, 10K is gonna come pretty soon too," and it really was faster than I thought it was gonna be to 5. So my community definitely surprises me in ways that I never thought. Like I always underestimate you guys. Like my goals are one that I have a lot of goals of like a plushie, I think, is another one. I really want to do a plushie campaign, maybe with and I also, because they've been asking it for me since I was a small VTuber, and it's one of those things where I never thought I was big enough to do it, and now I'm like, fuck it, let's try it, So I think I would like to do that. That's another one I want to do, and we are a little bit crazy like that. Yes. Yeah, sure. And I have had this idea for a very long time. So I really want to do not like a talk show like this specifically, but very much a hangout and chill where I can talk to streamers and hear their journeys of how they got to where they are, So that it's always been like, I love talking to people. I love getting to know them in a nice way. So that's always been one of my goals, to actually make us like a recurring thing where I can do that with people, because I go on people's stream and just chatting all the time. So I was like, oh, why not I just make this a two thing, So that's one. And I guess the other goal is to revamp one of my old interactive streams and try it again with the new technology. I think that's one of my big goals, is I want to do either the Otome game or the Maid Cafe again, but have it with all my new friends and all the new technology that I have, because I think it'll go so much better, because now chat understands how very how it works and how to go about it, and there's so much more technology in order to do it. I'm so excited to try it again.
No, I can see. I would love to see more of it. That'd be actually really good. I would love to see all the kind of stuff. If you ever do set up like a VTuber like talk show kind of thing, definitely let me know. I would love to send you some amazing people your way. I can definitely get some really good, amazing people. I'd love to meet you. Oh, of course.
I would love that.
I'm your hookups.
Yes, yeah. Or I'm writing it down.
Right now. 100%. And also, Necrosis is my only mod, and he's waking from the dead. He's my zombie VTuber friend. He's over here.
Hi.
I'm very late. Have we asked how many mind goblins have we done? How many mind goblin jokes? Luckily, no. We have not done any goblin jokes. Well, actually, I did one in the very beginning, but that's a different story.
That's okay. No, I don't get that many. It's so funny. I get Goblin D's a lot. That's always funny.
Yep, Goblin D's.
Goblin D's. Funny story. Gobby in Australian slang means means blowjob. It's a slang for blowjob was a gobby, and I knew that when I researched my name before I did it. Obviously, I was like, "What horrible things will I not know about my name?" And that one came up, and I was like, "I could live with that one."
Yeah,
And
it's fine.
and it was really funny when an Australian VTuber pointed it out to me. Like, I don't have the heart to tell her what her name means. It was like, "You mean blowjob?" And she was like, "Oh," and I was like,
Oh.
"Bold of you to assume I don't know."
Bold. You don't realize that that's one of the reasons why I have the power.
Bold of you to assume I didn't know and did it anyway.
Cheap assault, yes.
Yes,
Of course,
yeah.
Nucros knows. He's amazing. He's an awesome person. I highly recommend meeting up with him one day. He's really cool. He's really cool. But yeah, no, 100% definitely love to see you keep growing, keep doing amazing things. I know you're gonna hit that 10K. I know it. I know 100%. You just keep
So
up doing this
excited.
stuff, and I can't wait to see you hit that journey mark. I love to see that.
Thank you.
Of course, 100%. And you can definitely put me in as a goblin these community fans. I'm definitely one of those fans. Definitely.
Thank you.
But Trick here is a beast. Me?
Beast?
I'm not beast. I tried to be a beast.
Oh yeah, I just read the traditional hour-long prologue to every gaming stream is yes, that's true. I every stream I talk for an hour before I actually start the game.
That sounds right. That sounds pretty good. You usually get stuck with the conversation. You just want to keep talking. Yeah, no one.
I want to keep talking. I like it, but I also like the preamble of like figuring out where everybody is in the day, what the vibe is for the day. But I also very much like giving people time to hang out as well, because a lot of people are like, "Oh man, did I miss it? Did I miss the game? Did I miss?" And now it's funny because now it's the opposite. A lot of people are like, "Did I miss the hour-long talking session?
Did we miss the talking session? Darn it! The game's already started.
It's like, fuck. Oh shit! It's really funny how it switched from, "Oh man, when are we starting the game? Did I miss the game? All this stuff," to, "Oh fuck, when was the starting? Oh fuck. All right, well, we can make her talk longer, right?
Let's
We
make
can
it talk.
talk
Can I ask you a
longer."
question? You know, it's like, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Love it. Thank you, Math. I appreciate the follow. Thank you. Today's guest, Goblin, go give her a follow and show some love. Look at you being my best mod. Best mod.
Thank you.
I love him. All right, so last question of the night. Are you ready for it?
Yes, I'm so ready.
So this is my favorite question to ask. I love asking this question because no matter who it is, no matter if they first started to being a complete veteran, I love asking this question. And that is, what advice do you have those who might want to get into VTubing/streaming? Yeah, I'll do my job, dang it. I love it.
I get this lovely question a lot in my chat where it's like, "Do you have any advice for me? Do you have any advice for me?" And I'm always very vocal about what you should do, because for me and my friends, I was very fortunate that I had a friend that knew how to rig, you know, and it was his first rig ever. And he was just like, "Yeah, I just want to try it." I was like, "Yeah, sure. Let's go for it. I don't care how it works as long as it moves." And it lasted me for 2 years, you know? But the thing is that a lot of people don't have that. A lot of people are like, "I should spend thousands of dollars on something and see if I like it, and just go for it." But the problem with that is that you don't even know if you fucking like streaming. You don't even know if you have the cookies for it, or the type of streamer you are, or how you're going to make a community. You're starting from scratch, right? Half the time you are starting from scratch. I suggest trying a PNG tuber, or trying like just having, or if you're a face cam streamer, you know, use what you have. Try to, you know, don't buy the most expensive thing. Buy something that will work, you know, something within your budget that's not going to break the bank. You know, a webcam, like a Logitech little webcam that's $100, and a mic that's like $50, you know, at most, you know, like spend the bare minimum. And then as you grow, build your community, build your thing. That's when you start, you know, asking, "Hey guys, I would like to upgrade these things. This is when I'm going to upgrade my mic. This is when I'm going to upgrade my like, I think a mic is more important than a webcam, in my opinion, because a good audio is so important. So fucking important. But a good USB Blue Yeti mic is cheaper, and you can start there before you get a Scarlett, you know, before you get a big boy mic, and that's okay. You know, you want to start the basis, right? start lowball yourself, but try to figure out if you even like streaming first, because a lot of people are like, I love the idea of being a streamer, love the idea, I play video games anyway, but then they get there and they freeze and they don't talk, or they don't realize how much of themselves they have to put into it, because it's stressful. Being a streamer is a lot of work, and there's a lot of back end work that nobody sees, and it's unthanked most of the time. You just have to do it for you. And that's so important that, oh, sorry, didn't mean my.
No, I'm paying attention quite a bit right here. I'm like over here like, ooh.
But it's so important to even know you like it first, and then after you start streaming, seeing if that's the way you want it. Because at first you might start low. It's gonna be some streams with a few people in it, and then you have to see if that's okay for you, because that can also affect you. You know, the road to partner is hard and fraught, and really fucks with your mental capacities half the time. A lot of people don't talk about that part, where the waiting for a response. I waited over 96 days for a response to partner. Yeah, I counted because I almost did 100 days of waiting for my partner stream. And I wasn't the only one. I was like several VTubers who had applied at the same time, and streamers. And we were all talking about how we were going insane. And I hadn't told my chat. I actually went out of my way to be like, hey, I'm not pushing for partner. I'm not doing anything like that. And it still fucked me up. It's because I didn't want to disappoint myself to even tell them. And then I was scared. I was scared that I hadn't. So do a lot of that stuff. It's very important to know that that's what you're getting into, and that's what you need to like prepare for. So going at the base minimum and slowly working your way up, I think, is the best way. It's not it's not a race, it's a marathon. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, you have to work towards the streams you want to have, and the place you want to be, slowly and surely, and you'll get there. But it's going to take time, and you can't rush it. You can't rush that. And another thing that a lot of people don't realize is when you think about like streamers and you see their numbers, like their CCV, like how many people are watching them, a lot of people don't realize that it's so skewed. It's so skewed. Like someone recently rated me and they were like, sorry, it was such a low number. And I said, can I tell you something very important about what you did? They had like around 13, right? And I said, do you know that you're in the 1% of Twitch streamers?
Right.
And she was like, what? And I was like, do you know that you're in the 1%? Because literally there are hundreds, there's millions of people streaming right now, and they have 1 or 2 or 0. And you are doing better than them, because if you looked at and that's crazy. Just having 1 is so good for you, right?
Yep.
Oh, sorry, I just knocked everything down. Doing 1 is so good. Going 2 is so good.
About what she's
You're
talking
doing amazing. So if you look up your statistics, you're gonna actually see that you're within the 1% of streamers, and it doesn't look that way. And a lot of people get really like dejected about it, but you're doing so fucking well. You're doing amazing, and that's a big thing that a lot of people don't understand, and they really get down on it. But just getting to 15 is amazing, and I had to tell her that. And it's like having 1 person, having 5 people, having having 2,000, no matter what you have, it's amazing that someone's watching you. And you have to keep that with you no matter what you have. Like one of the things that really helped me when I was growing was turning off my viewer count, because I wanted every stream to be as good as if I had nobody in there. And that has helped my mental state. That has helped so much. I don't know. Sometimes I see it by mistake when like someone raids me, and I'm like, oh shoot, I must have a lot of people in here. And like
it kind of throws you off, like
But that's the thing. I don't know half the time. And then the only times that I do, it's at the end of the stream when I'm doing my analytics to be like, okay, what parts of this stream did the best, so that way I can do more. Or I read all the comments I missed. You know, I'm the kind of person that goes back to my stream right afterward to make a clip. And so I go back, I look, I see what worked, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's a bit that I might bring back. And because that's the stuff I'm doing behind the scenes. I just don't turn on the camera and go. I set up like 7 different programs beforehand. So it's very important. It's a lot more than a lot of people think. And until you know that, and you might spend money that you don't actually want to put into something that you're not passionate about yet.
True. 100%. Definitely, like if you ever want to try and get into streaming, definitely do it. 100%.
Hmm.
But don't go super ham. Don't go crazy ham and getting the biggest, baddest thing like
Hmm.
crazy right off the bat. Just try it out. Just have fun. You know, you can get a really nice, cheap little PNG of something you like, and then just slowly do something that you enjoy doing. And as time goes on, keep improving yourself. Keep on trying out it, and just have some fun doing that. If it's not your jam, then not your jam. Nothing wrong with it. At least you tried.
Yep.
You
Yep.
lose. What's the phrase? Like you miss every shot you don't
You don't
take.
take.
Exactly. So at
Exactly.
least try it out. Please try it
Yeah.
out. So definitely
I
recommend.
encourage it. I encourage you to try it out, but don't put all your eggs in one basket. Take a few minutes to it. Like I said, it's not a race; it's a marathon. Take your
Mm.
time.
Like look at my situation. I actually been streaming for about 4 years now. I love streaming. I love the aspect. I love the feeling and love doing all this kind of stuff with that. And just now, just recently, like literally this week, I just actually went in and got myself a VTuber model. So I actually
Hmm.
just got that after 4 years of dealing with anime girls and guys all over the place, just telling me that hey, you should become anime. I'm like, oh, you know what? I will become anime. So now it's like took me this long to actually try it out. And even then, I'm not even gonna go that ham. I'm not gonna go that ham. I'm still going to enjoy and still have some fun with this. Yes, I will join you, Necrosis. I am thinking. Actually, the little character you see in the beginning of the starting soon and the
Yeah.
ending, that is actually my model. You'll be seeing.
Oh,
So
that's exciting! Oh, I'm so excited for
if you want to hear something really cool about it, just don't want to take away
Yeah,
from
go ahead,
anything.
no, go ahead.
So the lore is what I'm really excited about because the lore behind it is that as I was doing my show, dealing with so many different VTubers, each VTuber's like powers get put into this mask that I've had since I first started like streaming, and that mask manifests with all the anime powers of all the VTubers, and it became a model itself.
That's so cool, actually.
Right?
I
I thought
really
it was really
like it.
cool. So I'm trying to think of a lore video of this like me just like going through all my years of like VTubing interviews, and you see
Yeah.
slowly like powers like come out of like the stream into like the mask, and then at the
I
end it
like
just like
that.
manifests into a person. It's really cool.
That's
I like
really cute. I actually really like that a lot. That's really fun.
it. I love it. I love it. So yeah, you guys take your time, have fun, enjoy yourselves, have fun doing
Hmm.
this kind of stuff, have fun having a community of people who love to have fun with you, enjoy yourselves, and then as you want to get better and more into it, then slowly increase your quality. You know, if you ever want to move up into the business, then there's some things that you kind of want to dot your i's and cross your t's on, but as long
Hmm.
as you keep doing it and keep enjoying yourself by doing it, you'll get there.
Yeah. Don't overtax yourself. Do what you think you can do.
Take
Because
breaks,
I
take breaks.
take breaks. A lot of times I when I first started, I thought I had to stream 5 days a week, and it didn't work for me. It works for some people, it just doesn't work for me. I work 5 days a week behind the scenes, but I stream three. And that works best for me because I know those 3 days I'm going to put everything into,
Mhm.
and I can plan events and I can do things. And I think that helps my community know what days, when they can see me and when they can come, and they are able to kind of understand where I'm coming from and know that I'm taking care of myself. So
Mhm.
it's nice. It's good.
It's very good. It's very good. Very awesome. And Necrosis says, I do have to ask though, Gabby,
Yeah.
is your model 3D or 2D? It's honestly hard really to tell.
Thank you so much. That's a good compliment, actually. It is 2D, actually. It's 2D with a V Bridger. So I use VTube Studio and V Bridger, and my model rigger and my model artist, they drew all of the different sides to it. So the reason why I can move so well back, forth, left, right, all that good stuff is because they drew those out before it was rigged. So all the parts were so when I turn my head, when I do all this stuff, it's all drawn out. And so it is a 2D model. One day I would like to have a 3D model, but for now, I think it works really well. It captures my energy really well.
I like it. No, you can move all over the place and it kept the same thing perfectly.
Yeah.
Every now and then you die, but
Oh,
then that
yeah,
used to be
wait.
good. Wait, let's see. There you go.
There we
She's
go.
dead. She's dead. She's dead. Her soul is still playing though. Her soul is still playing.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to shout out your rigger and artist, you can always
Oh,
shout out
yes.
that. I know there's some love wanting to become a VTuber in chat right now that wants going to?
Yes, well, my model rigger is Honey Goblin. You've probably seen Honey Goblin around. She's one of my besties, and she really worked really hard on my model. And my artist is Yoram Sun, and they're Gumiho Fox Gremlin VTuber.
All the
And
goblins.
he has a wonderful art style. I think right now he's dealing with some dentistry issues, but he's doing his best. He's doing his best. But yeah, there's a lot of really good artists out there that either do their own work or I know Sun made my original models, my 1.0 that lasted 2 years, and Honey actually makes and draws her own models, and she does that as her main source. So yeah.
I like it. Here though, the 3D 3D here though, yeah, because he used the 3D model, and through VidBridger, it doesn't like Waldo.
It doesn't like Wardo. It does not. No, it 2D stuff doesn't like Wardo, which is really cool for 3D models, but it does not like 2D models at all. But it's fine. I do think Wardo is super cool. If I ever do get a 3D model, I'm gonna hop on Pop.
Hop on Pop. Dearest Gobby, how is it going dating a middle gay mutant ninja turtle?
I was playing with my friends the other day, and we played Fortnite, and we all were talking about, it's like, okay, let's see what our favorite Ninja Turtles are, and it's like we would date them, but they're if they're middle aged, if they were middle aged, we would date them,
not teenagers,
not a teenage, no, middle aged Ninja Turtle. And so I was like, oh, I like an Angie boy, Raphael, Raphael, and it turned out each of us actually said a different one. We were laughing so hard, we were like, well, we got to get the skins, huh? And so then we got the skins and played as them. It was very funny.
I love that. That's great.
But thank you so much for having me. Oh my god, this was so much fun.
Thank you. Thank you for coming on my show. Yeah, I actually had a lot of fun with that. This actually was really good times. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. My music resetted. Because I haven't streamed actually this long in a while. So yeah, we had a great conversation. Very good discussions.
It's very funny. Like whenever I go on interviews, this is not the first time they were like, "Wow, this turned out much longer."
Yep.
I was like, "Yeah, I like to just hang out and chill for a long time."
Which I'm super
forget.
down for. Well, because when anyone ever asks how long my streams are when it comes to VTuber interviews, I usually tell them that it's usually about an hour to two. And it depends on how much discussions we get into and how much chat interacts. And that depends on it. Chat has been interacting like crazy, and you've been in a really good, amazing discussions with a lot of the things we've been talking about. So, that makes sense. Why? It makes sense. But yeah, thank you so much for going on my stream. I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. It was a lovely, amazing time, and I cherish every second of it.
Thank you so much. I had a ball. All of these questions were so fun, and I loved that the community came out to ask even more questions. So thank you so much for having me and being so patient about it, because I had so much stuff going on. And so thank you so much for having me once again. It was so fun. It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. I had a great time. It was really awesome.
Me too.
Awesome. Cool. Awesome. Hey, so I always do this for all my guests. I let you decide where we raid. You are the first one to raid. And then, of course, chat, you guys are feel free to ask any questions you guys want. You guys can ask any questions. We're not ending off it yet. You guys can feel free to ask. If you have any spins you want to do, there's still some spins left. You guys can definitely do that. 100%.
Let's see.
And she was playing the crab. She was playing the crab game right before.
Yes, another Crab's Treasure, so cute. It's my first
Soulsborne
Dark Souls game that I'm finally going through fully, and I'm determined to actually finish, because it'll be my first Souls that I actually finish. So, and it's such a cute freaking game that I have to do it. So yeah, highly freaking recommend.
I love it. Necrosis, look, I fixed my socials. I know it was not working before, so I have
Works now.
Works now. I just want to show you that. But it looks like we have Kalex going to be shooting another spin.
Oh yes, please.
All the spins. And actually, we kind of already answered this question right here. The hot dog is a sandwich.
Oh yeah, you can. We already answered.
We already answered this one when we did the taco.
He can spin one more more until I find somebody. Go ahead, go ahead.
I love it. I love it. It's great. It's great. See, we'll see. Oh, this one we haven't answered yet, and you said you weeb. So let me judge you harshly on this one.
Yes. Okay, that's fine. That's absolutely
what's
fine.
your favorite anime?
That's a hard question. It changes a lot. Right now, I have to say I'm still a big One Piece fan. That has never stopped. I've been a big old One Piece fan. I'm very excited for where I'm caught up with the manga. I'm
Gear
finally
5,
excited
right?
Huh?
Gear 5?
Yeah, I'm past that. I'm all caught up.
I know. I'm just saying, what's your thoughts? Because I know that was a big buzz.
Okay,
That was a big buzz.
No. Oh yes. I like Gear 5 actually a lot. I actually love the lore behind it. I think it's really fun. I think a lot of people when they like hear about Gear 5 and all of the intricacies of Gear 5, it has so much potential that it's like there's a lot of broken powers. Don't get me wrong in One Piece, but this one's pretty broken.
Well, yeah, because I think that's the biggest complaint, like when it comes to the
Yeah.
One Piece community, is that like compared to all the rest of the anime that it like spawns off of, and all the characters in One Piece of how broken they are, Luffy always seemed like that was the weakest of the bunch. And people were really looking forward to 5, and when 5 came out, people were still pretty disappointed. But in my opinion, I still think it fits him perfectly.
It does. I think it really does. And yeah, it's bombastic in a way that it feels right. It feels correct especially for him. And I guess another one is it's really getting popular now, but I read Dungeon Meshi and I really loved it.
Yeah.
I love the end of Dungeon Meshi.
That's the food one, right?
Yes.
Cool.
And it's
binge
so
watch that.
good. Like the anime is really great. Trigger does the animation for it.
Oh, okay.
But the story itself throughout the entire thing, it ties it up really well, where it had something it wanted to say and it says it in such a way that I really like appreciated it, and it knew what it wanted and it went for it. And very few manga end where it should end, and I feel like Dungeon Meshi actually does. So I highly recommend either reading or watching, especially the Trigger one. The Trigger one does miss out on some of the littler things that I think are really important to the story, but I still think it's really good. So I highly recommend both if you want to. The author, she's so good about making this world so interactive and so like thoughtful. She's taking things that we know normally, like a mimic is a mimic, but instead makes it more realistic, makes it like an actual animal with a body that you could eat technically. So it's like really cool. Like I really like the different designs that she puts and the thoughts she puts into it. So that's probably the other one that's been floating around my head of when I it always changes when I find something even better. But right now Dungeon Meshi is probably one of my favorites. Yeah.
Nice. I've actually been told about that like crazy for a while now, and I'm actually going to binge watch it like crazy when I go on my trip next week. I'm actually flying out to see my best friend get married.
Oh, that's so great! Oh, so that's the person I'd like to read. He's actually one of my model siblings.
Oh, nice.
His art and rigging is done by my artist actually, and not by my rigger. But I figured why not? He's playing. He's having a special event, and he's doing.
Look at a Minecraft looking thing. Yeah. Oh no,
yeah,
wait, it's not Minecraft.
I think this is the
Dragon Quest?
Yeah,
Dragon
Quest
Quest Builders?
Yeah,
Okay.
It's a really cute game. It's a really cute game.
Awesome. Well, hey, let's go give some love to them. Again, thank you guys so much for joining in. You guys are all freaking amazing. Thank you so much. Lovely to meet you guys all. Go follow GOBBLYN over here. She's the best. She deserves that 10K. We definitely see her. Where else can people find you, by the way?
You can find me on Twitter. I have a Discord that is more, it's announcement Discord. You can find me on Blue Sky. You can find me on Threads. I haven't yet fully done TikTok or Instagram, but that's coming soon. And I also have GOBBLYN.com where you can see all my stuff, all my links, as well as my merch. Yeah.
Buy her slippers with her face on it so you can step on them.
Yes,
that.
please.
Make sure
it's perfect. Take pictures. Take pictures of you stepping all over it and post it. I love it.
Do it. Cool. And of course, if you guys like to check out a new VTuber, I do this each and every week. You guys check out a new VTuber. Tomorrow, we're actually going to be interviewing a Fox VTuber. So stay tuned. She looks beautiful, and you'll definitely love to check her out. Definitely.
Yeah.
So definitely check it out. Until then, though, I hope you guys all have yourself a nice day, and thank you so much. We're going to be rating the CEO.
Thank you.
CEO. Give him all the
Just,
loves.
yeah.
Give him all the loves. He deserves it. Give him all the loves. We'll definitely go check it out. And don't leave Discord yet, okay?
Oh, yeah. Nope. Gotcha.
Awesome. Awesome. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye. Bye-bye.